Conversations with JT and Lo.
Classic
Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic
Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rap. Classic Conversations.
Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic
Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
Oh, dude, we ain't on yet. Okay, fuck. I had a joke, boy. Okay, can you cut? Okay, I went to the break. I went to the break. Well,
Hey, Classic Conversation with JT and Lo. And as you can see, it is 9-ish or so we're a little later than usual, but it's still an ish time. So, you know, it's part of Classic Conversation. It is what we do.
I had him too.
Boy,
he gonna get me.
you had him twice. I mean,
It was in my hand.
Oh, and then you tried to, yeah. So yeah, it's time for Classic Conversations, man, with JT and Lo. Plus,
that's a car.
back in the building again, y'all. It's so dope. How you been, brother?
Been good, man. Been good.
All right, man. Good to have you back. You know, for the time being, I know it's in and out right now. You're getting your schedule back, and we ready to have you, back in the fold because we have some. Like last week, we had a conversation that you really could have been a great part of. We might even touch on it tonight. You know, we'll see how that goes. See how that goes. Angelo,
What up, though?
what's happening, man?
Hey, man, everything's Gucci, my brother.
Yes, sir. You're a year older than you was last week.
Coming
when
off
we
a
was
little
up in here.
birthday, man.
Yeah.
I'm coming off a little birthday, man.
You're older than last week when we was up in this spot. and everything.
Happy birthday.
How's it feeling? Any changes? Any wake up? Any pops in the knee?
No, I don't know how much things change at this point. You know what I mean? But it's just the change is just okay. If I'm being honest right now, you know what I mean. So my change right now was the realization of 55 to 56, whereas just 1 year is like that 55 was like that little halfway.
Yeah.
That thing, it's like, dang, wait a minute. You know what I mean? You like to be on this side of the decade.
Yeah.
Now you're on the other side of the
right.
decade.
You're closer to 60.
That's
40.
Yeah. That's the kind of
Like I tell people,
that's the kind of realization I hit.
55 until I'm 60. When I get 60, I'll let y'all know. But I can promise you this, I'm a lot closer to that than 55. Yeah, man, it's just 56. Other than, it's Lawrence Taylor's number, it just don't feel right. And 57 feel even worse.
I just take your word for it.
Age, you gotta take care of the body, baby. Gotta take care of the body.
Oh, no. The body, I'll be honest with you. As I've aged, don't get me wrong, there's been a couple of aches and pains here and there, but overall, I feel I'm doing pretty good. I'm just thinking just the number. 55 is like that last number.
It's the number. It's just the number.
It's the but
that reality.
56 and that 56. I don't know, ain't nothing look right about that number. You can't. What you gonna do with that number? You put it just don't look right. Just don't give me 55. It sounds like you're doing something. But now, I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, good Lord.
Yeah, that was the only thing that really hit me, man. Was just that. When people keep asking you how old did you turn, you know what I mean? Then after you, after you say, be like, hey, is that right? You know what I mean? Like, hey, is that right? You know what I mean? Like,
And they ain't saying, you don't look 56. We ain't saying that no more.
But it was always dope about my birthdays because Alex's birthday is the next day. You know what I mean? Alex turned 22 years old. And then that's the other reality is, you know what I mean? When you realize how old your kids are getting, that's the trip part as well.
That's the big goal,
Yeah. So, but it was cool, man. I like this cigar. My mom bought me this cigar for my birthday, man. I think.
Tobacco?
So it's always, baton. I don't know what it is, but because my mom bought it, you know what I mean? I said, I'm bringing it out on the podcast. I appreciate you. I say I'm 39 till I'm 100. God dog. That's funny.
What's up, Vic? How you doing, bro? Vic said that you're a true senior citizen now.
God dog.
Hey, man, get them discounts. I keep forgetting, but I done started walking back in now.
For real?
Yeah. Hey, wait. Y'all got something for over? Let me get that. Hey, I'm starting to do it now, bro.
I ain't accepted that part yet, though.
Hey.
I haven't. I still remember, but I forget to get my military discounts.
I do.
Alec be reminding me of that. I be forgetting like a mug.
I'm getting better at both.
I forget the military discount.
Yeah,
I've
the
had
cigar
people
lounge
ask
that we was at, cigar cellar.
You in the military? I said, yeah. She said, well, you got a discount. Home Depot, it helps you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Lowe's too.
Both of them, Home Depot and Lowe's got them.
Sure do.
Yeah.
But
But you can put those inside your system in those places, but just to remember to ask, I
It
forget.
happened to me up at cigar cellar when I was up there. I
See,
pulled out
old
my
as
card
dirt.
to pay, and they saw the credit union thing. They was like, "Oh, you former military?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Oh, you got an extra 5%." I'm like, "Shoot, you know what? Then let's go and get another one of them right there." Yeah. So I'm trying to get better at that, but I'm okay with asking about my that AARP. I'm sure I ain't got no problem with it. I need to renew my AAA.
I keep AAA, bro.
Yeah,
But my
AAA canceled me.
You got,
AAA canceled me.
your kids, right? Your kids. That's what.
Nah, they just canceled me. I don't know. What the hell I do about you? They canceled
Well,
me.
my sons, I can't remember last time I did it. My
Yeah.
sons can touch some shit up. And they can, hey, Dad, you still got the AAA? Yeah. But, their aunt gave them all AAA for the Christmas one year.
Mhm.
And my sister can't even get it no more. They all canceled her shit out.
They canceled her too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want you to actually use it.
Yeah.
Right, that's the thing.
That's you know what I mean.
Use it a lot. They're gonna get
But
you.
I didn't even lose it a lot, but I try to make sure by the end of the year, I want to make sure, they don't roll over. like you get somebody a year that roll over. They don't roll over.
Hey.
Yep.
That's you.
Ashley Cop is back. He is back. All right, so let's let's jump into some of these because we got some stuff. You start a little late, so we got some stuff happening tonight, especially with Ashley Cop here. So we're gonna jump into some of these smaller subjects. Of course, starting off with the New York Knickerbockers. They are the NBA champions. 94-90 victory over San Antonio Spurs on
So,
Saturday
Dwayne,
night.
you ain't want to give him an applause, man?
Capture
you
they
ain't want
first.
to get niggas an applause, man?
NBA title in 53 years. It actually
Not
broke
really.
records. 24.5 million viewers actually looked at the game that night, making it the most watched game since 1998. The audience peaked at 33 million. Finals MVP Jalen Brunson was putting the wraps on everything with a 45-point performance as the Knicks rallied from a 16-point deficit to get that win. Overall, the finals averaged 20.6 million according to Nielsen ratings.
What did you say, Dwayne? Thank
that the Spurs was done. Hey, man. Hey, bro, I got to give a shout out to that coach because
Mike Brown.
Mike Brown coached that series because you was against an alien.
Yeah, it did.
And you saw the inexperience from the other side by keeping Wemby in the game. Anytime Wemby goes at 40 minutes or over, he can't chase down blocks. He can't run to the corner and get those blocks. And he misses free throws. It happened in the last 3 games.
Yep.
Because he played over 40 minutes. When he played when they was in Oklahoma City, when he had the 40 points, dude only played 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey man, because he's taking some hits. He's taking some hits, and the Knicks got that old man strength. It's a little different. It ain't old strength, but it's older than what most is in the NBA.
Yeah.
The Knicks is one of the older teams in the NBA. Yeah.
That made the difference. That totally made the difference. When they got physical with him, he got frustrated. They weren't young boys like OKC, so he couldn't rough them up.
Yeah.
Them dogs was jacking him up.
Yeah.
Hey.
And
Wasn't backing down.
The Knicks is 25 and over.
Yeah.
The rest of
Made
the
a big
NBA
difference.
is 25 and under.
Yeah.
It's a different type of strength. So but yeah, Mike Brown did a hell of a job out there.
I was very, very happy for Mike.
I tripped out, man. I saw this. The owner for the Knicks, James Dolan, actually had a speech with the Knicks before the playoffs started. So he told them, listen, he said a 10-week playoff run is actually not that long, but it will have lifelong rewards if you end the championship drought. He said, I had an idea. Maybe you should give up sex for the next 10 weeks. He told them, go home, talk to your wives, but just don't tell them that I told you. I mean, the Knicks are, like I said, they're older, but they ain't that old.
Yeah.
They old, but they ain't old.
Yeah, they ain't old.
Not 10 weeks. They ain't 55 old.
The way they can welcome
56
look,
old.
where they can welcome a night. They can they can welcome a night of no sex.
Like, dude,
no,
tripping.
No. Yeah, I
What up,
honestly, I did not think that I was going to be saying that the New York Knicks was champions. I
thought OKC was going to repeat.
Yeah, I
did not see that coming. I think the Spurs are playing out their head, man.
And the Knicks finally got the right people in the front office. Let's face it, that's what made the difference for them.
They're the right team
Worldwide West. They got Leon Rose. They got the right people up there, man. Then they got the right coach in there. So I think that was the biggest change for them because I thought they was going to keep being like the Dallas Cowboys.
It looked like it.
Cowboy fans though got something
To look forward to.
to feel good about it. They're feeling now if the Knicks won, they feel they could probably win too.
But you. Well, one thing about that series, first of all, definitely shout out to Mike Brown. I'm very, very happy to see that brother win. With all the back and forth he's been through in his career, to get fired the way he did.
Yeah.
To come in and realistically, had he not beat the Hawks, he'd been fired this year. You know what I mean? So, he was 2 games away from being fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but from where they went, now I don't know. With OKC, without that injury, I don't know if OKC loses to the Spurs.
Yeah, exactly.
That injury was
they lost their number 2 player.
Yeah, that was a major injury,
and they were still hanging with them. So
They lost their number 2 player, and then they lost the one player that was actually taking the place of the number 2 player. They lost both of them. So
So I think everything lined itself
place.
up for the Knicks because I don't know if OKC. I think that'd been a different series against OKC, a healthy OKC.
Yeah.
So everything lined itself up, man. They just became a team of destiny. The stat that I thought was just ridiculous was the stat where the Spurs led for 171 minutes of the series. The Knicks led for 56 minutes of the series, and you win in 5 games.
That's crazy.
That's crazy stat.
That's crazy.
171 minutes to 56, and you lose?
Yeah. I blame that on the coach because there's a lot of things the coach could have did to change stuff up. It's like at some point you got to tell the young player.
You got to tell all of them.
Which
Stop
one?
shooting threes.
They all young.
You got to tell him to quit shooting.
Yeah.
Because you got to look
Shot
at this
9
motherfucker.
straight threes.
We pay him to take the big shots. And I think that hurt them all through the series when they should have setting up for certain players. You know, somebody just cork off a shot like we all equal. It helped them against OKC because they passed the ball around, had a lot of movement. But when you come up against New York, you want the man you pay the money to take the shot.
So let me ask y'all this question. What move happened that would have made the difference of that decision-making? What move happened with the Spurs early on in the year that would have made that difference?
Start resting Wembley instead of just letting him roll all the way out when games are decided. They should have set him on the bench or pull somebody over to the team that could replace him in the middle and give him, you know, you can tell the kid gasses out.
But they rested him all year.
Well, they rested him, but I mean, when the playoffs started, they were like letting him get his, like they letting him, hyping him up and letting him get those points. It looked good, but when you know he gets tired late in games, why are you going to let him burn himself out? And I just think
That's the last 3 games.
Yeah, he
They
was
did
just
not
dead.
sub
He was
him.
dead.
They
So
did not sub him.
here's what I think would have made a major difference. If when old boy got released earlier, CP3.
Oh, I said it.
Yeah.
I said it when
That
it
would've
happened.
made a difference.
CP3 would have made the
A
difference.
big difference with them.
That leadership.
Yeah.
They were without leadership. De'Aaron Fox is the most senior.
and that's
between him
what-
and Howard, that's the most senior. You know,
And that's what I kept saying. They was like, man, De'Aaron Fox is a veteran. I said, bro, De'Aaron Fox only been in 1 playoff series.
correct.
De'Aaron Fox ain't number 25.
Correct.
Yeah.
He's young,
And they played like a bunch of young boys when the chop came down
Yeah.
because when the pressure got to him, there was nobody on the floor to do
There was no
comments.
leadership.
CP3 would have been perfect. Like, you're
There's
right.
no leadership.
Yeah, that would have been a pickup. That would've
I
been a
mean,
pickup.
bro,
leadership.
8 or 9 straight threes.
It was 8 straight threes. When
And
you up by
you didn't-
29 points, you
and
shot
you ain't
8
make
straight
one of
threes, and you kept shooting threes.
Yeah.
4 straight.
It's like they
I
forgot
can get
about
it.
set plays.
But once
If
you
you got-
do the 5th straight, come on.
But it was so
Yeah.
hot. They were so hot early on.
And that's what
But that jump never.
But I think he let up off the gas, and anytime you let off the gas, you'll never let off the gas.
They didn't let up. They just there's no. That's what I tell people. I don't care how. There's nobody that's gonna make every shot. And in
But
that first
that's when you
half,
slow it down
San
against set
Antonio
plays.
made every. But that's the thing. They still were running. They was getting the same shots they got in the first half. The
But they
problem
weren't falling.
was they fell in love with it and
Yeah.
kept shooting it when you should have changed it up. I said it. I was looking at the game, and I was like, man, they can't keep shooting like this. They can't keep shooting like this. But then when they got to 29, like 2 or 3 times, I was like, man, ain't no way. You know, even if they stop shooting that well, there's no way the Knicks is coming back. That's what I said. But for some reason, I couldn't find my remote and turn. If I would have turned, I would have been like so many other people, like, damn, they came back.
I thought it was over.
But I couldn't
would've
find.
slept.
Everybody thought it was
I dropped my remote. Actually, dropped under the chair. It dropped because
Hilarious.
my I couldn't get to it. My neighbor, he tripped out. He had turned, and then when I started cheering, he was like, "Man, what you cheering for?" I said, "Brother, these boys is coming back." Yeah, that was epic.
When they got to 15 points, I was like, this about to get interesting.
That was epic.
When they got to 15 points, that's crazy when you say that, John, because usually only a team like Golden State, you
Listen,
expect
yeah.
to come back from those kind of games. You know what I mean? Because the Knicks ain't that kind of an offensive team.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's just like-
San Antonio helped. Like
yeah.
Brown said, he said, listen, he said, you know, we had a lot of luck, but we put ourselves in a position
Put
to
yourselves
take
in
advantage
position.
of the luck. So, you know, got to give it to him, man. You know, there is I know a thing. You know, I know a lot of my homies going to New York for the parade. I'm like, now see, this is where that whole 55 between 55 and 60 thing come in at. No. I'm not, no,
Knees get tired and you can't sit down.
yeah.
Shit.
Can't sit down, can't get out the way.
Yeah.
No,
You put your ass like, hey.
can't move, you know. People start doing stuff, they start running, you can't run as fast. No, yeah.
I talked to Sugar Sean. He said, wasn't no drama.
Really?
He was up there for it.
I've heard that they're thinking about having a parade here in Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
The Knicks having a parade here. The Knicks fans is gonna have a parade here.
They had
in
their own
Atlanta.
parade.
I
Huh?
heard.
And no
that.
one in
I
the
saw
world
that
I
on
go for
social
that boy.
media.
Ooh,
Yeah.
no.
But shout out to Big Body Brunson, though, man. When I say, to be 6'1", man,
Hey man,
that kid played out of his mind. Out of his mind.
and the
man.
thing is,
45 points in the closing game. I mean, that jump's so impressive, man.
the
what
other
I ain't
two
gonna lie.
players that was from Villanova, they were actually better players when they was in college.
Yeah.
They were the top.
They were the top dogs.
He was the guy that
He was the
like
point guard.
third or fourth option.
Yeah, he was just a point guard.
Now here he is.
He's just a point
Yeah.
guard.
That's
This
right
dude
his own
scored,
ticket.
this dude scored 45 points. The rest of the team scored 49. 49. They had 104.
yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
45 points. The rest of the team scored 49. That's
man. They
that's
changed.
impressive,
San
bro.
Antonio
That's
changed
impressive.
their defense, and they started letting him get to his spots. I think he made 3 shots. I said, "This about to be a problem." And I was out in
But
in
that's-
Rockdale County, so I'm out there in my man's castle. Everybody out there, San Antonio.
for real.
Everybody out there, San Antonio, bro, because that's where Castle is from. I kept saying, bro, y'all, they don't mess around and let him. Castle wasn't hitting the shots. I said, y'all mess around, and let this guy get going, and 40 or 39 points later.
Coach
They
Nash said,
had a
"Yeah,
championship."
Chicago dude. Yeah, Chicago
Yeah.
dude, man. He got that attitude too. He got that attitude about himself. I like his game, man. I just thought it was the coolest thing to see. The father and son that
that was
hug.
dope. That was dope. That was so powerful.
That just put something in.
That
Like,
was so powerful.
oh man, that's the coolest
and
thing
then
in
to
the
think
world.
that
bro.
the last time the Knicks was in the finals,
His dad played.
he was on the team.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy, boy.
crazy.
I didn't do it, but you did it for my son.
Yeah, man. That's super
The
dope.
training regimen that he put his son through, he said that he told him that he wasn't going to be tall. So we need to make you a little different. I don't know if he taped it or tied his right arm to his side and made him do everything. He does everything else right-handed. Only thing he does left-handed is shoot basketball because of the training regimen that his pops put him through.
Frank said he was a 2-time college player of the year. He was the best player on the team. I mean, he was a baller, but coming into that program, those other 2 guys were supposed to be the most lethal.
And I think they were
The shooters.
I think he got the player not because he was a scoring leader. He was because he was the captain of the team and moving, that type of deal. Because I want to say Mikal Bridges may have been the leading scorer back in those days for Villanova. Back then, I couldn't stand Villanova. They put me out 2 times.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, shout out to Big Body Brunson. They want to make him the face of the NBA. I just don't see it because of who he is, the humbleness that he is. He's so quiet. The NBA want people that's, kind of polarized.
Nash said they were ranked higher, but
stuff
he
like
was
that.
their best.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, taking pay cuts to make sure the team had the right
Which is
people.
rare.
Big time.
Which is rare.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
Especially this day and time.
Yeah.
These jokers get it bad. They like, hey man,
I'll lose.
I'm getting it bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try and get a championship on the back end. That's what most of them saying.
Yeah,
Now,
just
let me
jump
get
on
my
some
money.
of- yeah,
Let me
jump
just
on
jump on the
somebody's
team
bench.
later on and
Yeah.
win. All right, moving on. Still in sports, man. Your boy Floyd Mayweather facing felony charges for passing a bad check.
Oh shit.
He wrote a check for a watch. I think it was a $200,000 watch in Las Vegas. And he wrote the check, $200,000 check from a Wells Fargo bank account to a store called Gold and Beyond on December 31st, 2024. The guy did not want to press charges. Kept reaching out to Floyd in all types of ways. Floyd never paid him, so they had to go ahead and press charges.
Oh, now you're gonna pay him.
So he had to go ahead and press charges. Floyd got the fights coming up is it the end of June that he had the fights coming up? But they say, Floyd also, I didn't know this doggone tax lien was this much, $7.2 million tax lien that's levied against them. And also that was in unpaid taxes 2018, 2023.
Good God.
And supposedly a Las Vegas area gated community filed a separate lien of $22,500.
Association fees.
Carrying all that money in his pocket. Need to put the money in the
Yeah, all
bank.
that money he threw up. I'm talking about all that money he
put the
threw up.
money in the bank instead
Thinking
of
about that
carrying it in
now.
his pocket all the time. That's why the check bounced. I'm surprised he didn't buy the watch cash. Serena and Venus are back. They got the wild card draw in Wimbledon. They will be doing a doubles thing. There's no talk of either one of them doing the singles right now, but there is still supposedly 2 wild cards left. A lot of people, of course, are saying that. they're gonna jump in on the singles thing. But just the simple fact that they back out there, man, is crazy.
Well, I think if you look at the new Serena, and that was a knock on her, she was never all the way in shape. She was just the greatest tennis player ever. You know what I'm saying? The shape, I mean, good for us. But I mean, for tennis, you know, towards the end, she used to gas a little bit. And now I think the slimmer Serena coming out there, that may just,
I want to
think about anytime she ever lost, a lot of time she was just winded.
I want to see if she lose
people
some
back
of her
in the good
power
matches.
by losing this weight. I don't know if she lose some of her power.
You know, that's a good
That's
point,
problem.
too.
You know, that's why doubles is better. You don't need as much power.
Well,
because
you know, they won like the 14 or 15 time champion
Mhm.
before doubles.
Doubles.
Yeah.
They won a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
So, you know, two of the greatest players in the world on the same team. So, yeah, you know, I hope they do the thing. I wouldn't want her to jump back out there until she's ready because it kind of has like that Tiger Woods effect. When Tiger came back too early and everybody's expecting for
Well,
him
she played.
to just Tiger it.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
played last week and they won, but her doubles
got hurt.
partner got hurt.
I'm talking
hurt
about
her knee.
singles. I'm talking about singles. She shouldn't go back.
Oh
back
yeah, the
singles
singles.
till she
Yeah,
gets some time.
yeah. You know, that's where I think, you know, them cross courts in the singles is a little different than when you're in the doubles. It's a
You
little
ain't really
different.
getting everywhere. Yeah.
Well, let me say this first, man. Shame on Floyd Mayweather, because for all that money to have come in and out through him, with all that BS he been doing, with all those cars, all those this,
Throwing
all
money
those
up
that,
30,000 in the club. Yeah.
you know what I mean? This is such a bad representation. You know, there's so many, you know, and it goes to what Two Free was saying a couple weeks ago when he was called the ignorance.
Yeah.
This is the level of ignorance,
Right.
Yeah.
that, you know what I mean, that makes us look bad as a you know what I mean? It's like the things you could have done with that kind of money, you know what I mean, the things you could have accomplished, the things you could have,
The people
you know,
could have helped.
the people you could have helped, how your name could have lived forever in a positive way, as opposed to this stuff. You know what I mean? It's just this is unfortunate. You just hate to even see it, and not in a sad way. Just in it, this is ignorant, bro.
You
This is ignorant.
bouncing
That's all we can
checks
say.
This is
and
ignorant.
chasing fights.
Come on, man. There's no level. First of all, why you still buying $200,000 watch?
Yeah.
Like Frank said,
Wait.
is the time different on those watches?
And half the people,
Check can't bounce if you don't buy it, man. I mean, whatever your situation is, but it's to the point where you're just so arrogant, you feel like you don't have to pay for it. You know what I mean?
and it was-
That's the AB.
and the
went through that
guy's been
phase.
chasing when he had the money. When he had the money.
and it was New Year's Eve. So what were you showing out? You know, did you forget? I mean, who knows?
I think
the
he was
reason?
above it and just pushing the deal. And the buddy said, okay, I'm going to show you.
I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
It's very possible that,
Especially
too.
when he's already down.
Yeah,
It's just level of ignorance, man. Is ridiculous.
Vic said pure arrogance.
I agree.
Yeah,
But
arrogance.
the Serena thing, I think,
ignorance.
is super, super dope. I always felt like, you know, the way she retired, I always felt like there's a chance of her coming back because she retired to the way it looked. She was chasing that title, that world, that most titles ever. She was chasing it so hard. You know what I mean?
throwing the game on.
Because she wanted it so badly.
She was in so many finals.
So that's my point. You got
It's
to
just
so
crazy.
many finals that you could have been surpassed that thing, but you wanted it so badly.
I think that's
You know what I mean? And it put so much pressure. I think she had to reset.
Yeah, the
You know,
mental,
the mental.
you know, the mental struggle.
She really wanted it bad, bro. She wanted that jump bad. You could tell. And she lost, and she would cruise all the way to the final. Then just
Every time.
Every
Then
time.
she gets in finals.
and just struggle.
She beat herself.
Beat herself because she wanted it that badly. So whether she comes back or not, singles, we'll see. I definitely think, I saw somebody say lost muscle. I definitely think losing that kind of weight for her body and how she's played her entire career. Even when she was a young girl, she was always sound. You know what I mean?
and she's,
body-wise,
her
so-
power.
Yeah,
that's
you gotta
that's
wonder
one of
how
the
that went.
things.
Yeah, the hips and that.
Yeah,
You gotta wonder how that'll play.
Those
mean,
glutes.
Yeah,
and the
those
thing
glutes.
is, all of that goes into those swings.
100%.
All of
100%.
that goes into it. I mean, y'all saw some of the pictures. Y'all saw them muscles and other stuff. You know, in a steel shot.
But it's good. It was good to see her back on the court, though. You know what I mean? You know, for us, people who got to witness certain people, it's always hard to let your legends go. You know what I mean? It's like when you got to witness this whole greatness, and you really want to see them be able to leave the way they want to.
Yeah.
So I hope.
Hey, you know how great she was. She was so great that she got with a white man that did nobody better Did nobody complain. That's how great she was. That's how great she was, bro. Nobody get mad at her.
But I just hope she goes out on top. So she tries to come back and realize it's not there. You just step away versus keep on going out there, keep on going out there.
Oh, okay, that's what you're saying.
And that's what she says. She said that after the last match with the other girl. She was like, it's not about wins or whatever. It's about I'm having fun and that type of thing. But the Serena we know.
Oh yeah, she
if
was about
she
to win.
mess around and have a couple of good matches and then all of a sudden loses, oh bro, she about to get back in the lab. It's gonna be hard for her to just
walk away, lose.
Walk away. Yeah, you think of Jordan when he came back, and the steal happened when it was against the Magic. He had that turnover. I see that with Serena, something like that happening. And she gonna work real hard to come back in. I just don't know if singles, but I could see if Venus could do it. I could see the doubles thing happening.
Well,
sure.
see, and two, they're both filthy rich, and that says something about their spirit too.
The
When
love,
you got
the
that
love
money
of the game,
and you can still play at that level for as long as they did.
Facts.
So if anybody could do it, it's her. Now people can knock Floyd if they want, but Floyd don't drink, don't smoke, and he was able to maintain. Hell, I think Floyd probably only got hit 4 times his whole career.
Right.
Where you say, ooh.
Right.
What's his name? That green-eyed guy.
For sure, for his last 15 years of fighting, he really didn't get hit. He because
Mosley,
you remember
Mosley
Floyd had power at one time.
Yeah,
he used to be offensive. He used to be offensive, and then he just got smart.
He
just got smart and said, you know what? Shoot,
Floyd hit you with that jab, stop in the middle.
All right, last thing before we jump into it. A judge has actually ordered the Trump administration to restore slavery panels at the President's House in Philadelphia. President's House is basically a museum that, they stripped all of the history of slavery and all that type of stuff out. This judge actually said that they actually have an injunction that they have to actually put that stuff back in, to put that history and show that history back up there. Said history cannot be faithfully told while excluding the experiences of communities whose contributions, struggles, and achievements form an important part of our nation's story. Of course, I'm sure that 45-47 is going to fight it. I think that he's already filed an appeal, filed something to go against this judge to stop the injunction. So see how that goes.
So the sad thing about it is I hope they're storing everything away nicely. So the next president come in, Republican or Democrat, is going to come in and restore all that stuff, man. I think Trump's now doing stuff that shocks the conscience. At first everybody's kind of comedy. Okay, he's wild, Trump's wild. But now Trump has opened the door. He just, hey, I'm going to pull the sheet off the table, let you see, drain the swamp. And I think people have seen a level of corruption that shocks them. But what shocks me is a level of hate. I was watching the UFC this weekend.
You watched it?
Oh yeah, Paramount, baby. And that
Topics don't dive into that yet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I said that. That shit was foul, man.
Hold up.
Yeah, but it all plays in together because it's Trump. All this is tied into the same thing. I mean, he made it okay to be not only racist, but blatantly racist to the point where it's okay to violate other people's rights and interfere with their decorum. The same thing everybody talks about, the young black kids and what they're doing. He's put that into everyday life.
Took the sheets off.
Yeah, if you read the comments, I had to stop reading comments on certain things because I would get so emotionally involved in it. And I look up now, I done cussed out every white dude for the last 2 years because I'll make a comment, all the usual suspects. Or, everybody's coming out and doing this. Now, they know because there was repercussions for a lot of those people. People getting fired from their jobs. Now everybody's got these no face or don't even put their name up there anymore. I still put my straight name but because people they're just saying shit. It's just you got the stuff with I don't want to go back on it, but Chow shot 3 people for stealing property crimes. And after the second one, they should have did something, but it's the 3rd time, and he finally killed a kid from running away from a store. And he walked again.
Yeah.
And it put a part of me that I didn't even want it, brought it back up.
Mm-hmm.
The same, starting to get the same feelings you got the first time you watch Roots. That kind of like, God, motherfucking damn. You just looking at people cross-eyed like, I wish you would.
Yeah. Just laugh. I mean, you laughing at Kunta.
Changed a lot.
So I enjoy, those cases coming far in between when they rule against him. And to your point, I would hope you would hope that they would secure it properly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But because of the administration, how they act,
it may destroy
and just throw that stuff in the box. You just don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You would hope that they would respect whatever it is, but because of how these people think, you just never know. Just like I enjoy the fact that they take his name off the Kennedy Center. That's I mean. And he pissed about losing that junk. You know what I mean? And they still don't think they took it down. It's supposed to came down Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. But let me ask you a question though. Before we take this first break, there, you had said something earlier, and I remember last year. One of your biggest points was, maybe this would wake people up. Have you seen? Now this ain't no attack it. I'm just want to know from your personal standpoint. Have you started? Is it too early for people to wake up? What you were asking, because what you were hoping for was this pissed people off enough that they would galvanize. Is it too early, or what you think?
I definitely think so.
Too early, think so, or they're doing it?
No,
You
they're
think
doing
so?
it. I think it's doing it. If you look at any of the social medias, and I used to say this all the time. If you remember. We're starting to be like the Cubans in Miami.
Okay.
You have your white Cubans, you have your black Cubans.
Mm-hmm.
But with us, we all look the same, but there's a divide because now people are starting to point out behavior.
Okay.
So I think we're actually starting to police ourselves.
I was going to say our own behaviors.
Yeah, own behaviors. So now I think that it's not going to be fashionable to be ghetto anymore. To be a hood rat anymore. And because think about it, black people have always had pride. I don't care if you didn't have $1 in your pocket. You still carried yourself with pride and a certain decorum. And I think that's what it's getting out of lines. Like I guarantee you're going to have to earn every damn black vote next election. And that's what I was talking about. There's true black pride. Not pride because you can rap, not pride because you bounce a basketball. But, hey, hold up. It took the level of disrespect that's occurring to make people say, okay, you see how they see us. Now let's show them different.
Okay.
All right. Well, yeah, we're going to take a small break. I'll hit on that at the end if we get to it. This white boy tried to do a drone attack against the UFC thing. Got arrested. We'll talk about that at the end of everything. But we're going to
respond to your comments till we come back.
We're going to take a small break. We're going to come to your comments when we get back. Then after that, we're going to get right on into it, man. Your boy Hove, Jay-Z, Target. We'll be right back. Classic Conversations with JT and Low.
And that's a cop.
Listen, man, I've had iPhone 11 for a long time since iPhone 11 came out.
What?
Yeah, iPhone 11, and I wore it with pride because I was like, I'm not getting a new phone every time one of these things come out.
That's fair.
the whole family got better phones than me, and it's okay. So I'm at Sam's, right? And I'm unloading my cart, and my mom calls me. I put it on the speaker until I get my Bluetooth. You look in the parking lot, it was dry to the left, it was dry to the right, it was dry everywhere you could see. My phone's on the back of the trunk. It fell down in the only freaking puddle in the entire area. And that phone went face first. That joke ain't been back on since, man. It went zoop.
So Lord, I'm gonna just go and tell you something. That iPhone 11 decided it wanted to die. It jumped. It jumped ship.
That is funny.
That iPhone 11 was like this. He can't keep pushing me like this.
Ready to find a studio that matches your podcast vision? Located inside Uptown Comedy Corner, our studio just 5 minutes from Atlanta's airport has everything you need. From high-quality equipment to multi-camera setups for live streaming, we've got it all. With 15 plus years of experience, our team ensures smooth sessions with editing and post-production services at an additional cost. Plus, our competitive pricing make it easy for creators of all levels. Contact us at 404-500-1605.
Yo, what's happening, folks? We are back. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And that's a cop.
Yes, sir. We back up in this thing, man. Want to give us a telephone call, 404-500-1605. Didn't get through it because, you know, we was trying to get things started. But listen, people, we need for you to hit those buttons over there. It's a little, I think it's a little heart. You hit that, and a whole bunch of stuff pops up. Just need for you to keep touching those. Because as you touch those, it's going to help out.
Algorithm.
Go straight up. You dig? It's going straight up. And while we're looking at this thing, while you're sitting here making comments and everything, go ahead and hit that button. It's an arrow. Just hit it and just start putting people's names on and share us on out there. Mm-hmm. Don't do it now, but do it right now. You dig?
Push your goddamn button. Push your goddamn button.
Okay. Comments, Angelo.
All right. Real quick, I try to go through a few of these. I ignore Frank because somebody old. I don't know how somebody older you call you old. Coming back to back from them double digits, go Knicks. Carl Towns wrestle with folks at the store. They fouling and flopping. Deion Silly said Knicks won based on their will and coaching, and he misses Bae Jose. Where's she at? We thought we were gonna have a Jose sighting, so maybe she'll surprise us. Fox also playing with a high ankle sprain. Don't excuse the mental errors. It does not.
He went out firing.
He cursed the mom out because of him taping that arm down. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was shooting unnecessarily too. Yeah, take the right arm, push everyone with it. He has perfected the prime James Harden. James Harden got arrested too the other day. Y'all saw that?
Yeah, man.
What did he do?
Weapon.
Oh, yes, a gun in his car.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is just insane.
He can ask T.I. for a loan to the floor. Yeah, imagine that. Frank says, like what at Nash says, she has lost a lot of muscle using that road. GLP-1, her game is going to change. Do you see how bad they messed up the reflecting ponds on National Mall? They're full of algae and look like trash. What? Under this administration? Imagine. Cop, we've been saying this for years. You have to be careful what you say because people can find you and your family never know who these people are. People are crazy these days. Frank said they removed Chappie James, the first black general pilot, took his portrait down the Pentagon and left it blank. Disrespectful.
Damn.
Man, good to see you, Cop. But what y'all do at Jose? I still believe that we have an issue with coming together as a people, black people, in my opinion, pull our resources, use our person power, as well as political power to come together. Yeah, because we're too busy trying to write checks for $200,000 watches.
Right. That part.
Yeah, I mean, priorities are completely backwards.
All right, folks, appreciate the comments. Keep them coming, please, please. So, before I went to break, told you, my man Jay-Z, my man Jigga, Hove. Jay-Z has partnered with Target. Jay-Z partnered exclusively with Target to release a limited edition 30th anniversary white vinyl reissue of his 1996 debut album, Reasonable Doubt. The 2LP collection issued through S. Carter Enterprises, LLC, Rock Nation Distribution, is priced at $40 and features exclusive packaging and insert and special cover art. The retail partnership, which launched for pre-orders in June, has faced significant public backlash. Many consumers and community advocates criticize Jay-Z for teaming up with the retailer, citing an ongoing boycott against Target by black consumers and activists over the company's rollback of diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. Yeah, so, thoughts, man. What I mean, you know, what y'all mean, Jay-Z?
Well, Jay-Z got white money, that special circle white money now, the billionaire club. So he's thinking different. But you got to be realistic about it, man. We do things all for show.
Mm-hmm.
Now, think about all the other businesses that have rolled back. And we didn't have a list, so we're just singling out one company when there's 90 of them that did it. Now, it would be different if we legitimately had a list put out of every company that rolled it back. So, okay, we're not going to eat McDonald's anymore. They didn't do it, but just say if they did. So we fake the funk so much, we do so much for show that it takes away the effect. Just like we were talking off camera about when somebody black gets in trouble and everybody, woo, 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 but nobody, the same people don't speak out on black violence. You know, so I can't let the man make his money because I went by Target the other day because I was at Jimmy John's on 138 and there wasn't nothing but us up in Target.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so come on, man. So this man don't supposed to make millions, but you can buy a pair of sunglasses? No.
I personally didn't know that the boycott was still going on. I mean, I don't really go to Target anyway, so ain't no big deal for me, but
Me neither.
I didn't know it was still going. I mean, because like I said, you see people going in all the time. There ain't really been no conversation about it. And if I'm not mistaken, Jay-Z, the original album, when it first came out, it was distributed through Target. So he probably just, you know what I mean?
Nostalgia.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
just going back to where it started at.
Through a lot
So
places back then. Like you said, there's a whole lot of places that's probably distributed through that.
now, I mean, they had an exclusive. Target was the original.
The original way he
Put it
that's
out there.
interesting. Oh.
Yeah. So I think it just went back to where but
Well, they say that Target actually have significantly changed its DEI strategy. The company rolled back many of its formal racial equity and minority hiring pledges, ending specific programs focused on promoting black-owned businesses and careers for black employees. So supposedly they've changed that, and they are doing that more. But I actually pulled up something. I forgot to put the guy's name down, but this is what he said. He said Jay-Z didn't partner with Target. Target hired Jay-Z to bring the black dollars back. And he thought we'd be too busy buying the vinyl to notice that. He said he didn't just partner with them, he handed them an exclusive, a special edition white vinyl pressing of Reasonable Doubt for the album's 30th anniversary. $40 a copy It's going to be available at your nearest Target. The same Target that black people were boycotting, the same Target that made a $2 billion promise to black-owned businesses after George Floyd's murder, and then they broke it. He said, let me translate it for you. Jay-Z has been commissioned is probably the better word, to calm the niggas down because Target needs their money back.
Well, I'll say this. It's gonna sell out. Black or white people, it doesn't matter who buys it. It's gonna sell out. And if you don't support them, don't buy it. I mean, I think it's really that simple. Like, I think we had the same outrage for the Super Bowl, and then he put on black acts, and the rage went down. So I can understand where both sides are coming from, but at the end of the day, like MJ said, if Target is closest store to me and I need something that Target sells, I'm gonna go buy it in Target. But like Lo said, I'm not particularly fond of Target. It's not like I go out my way to go to Target and buy stuff.
Right.
But people did used to do that. Like, I've dated women who like shopping at Target. You know what I'm saying? My daughter and her mom like shopping at Target. So, and like I said, I'm all with boycotts and all that other stuff. But the reality of it is, I probably don't shop at these places anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a blind boycott for me. But in general, if you don't support Target and Jay-Z, don't buy the album. But it's gonna sell out.
Well, I won't be buying the album. Not because of boycott.
Spotify,
I ain't buying the album regardless.
Amazon Music. Yeah.
But I just don't see. And number one fan said, due to numbers, the boycott was a success. Yeah, I don't. It was a success. I was just saying I didn't think it was still going on anyway. I know Jamal Bryant thought the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then he apologized because he thought
He
the boycott was over with, and he the one who crunk it up. You know what I mean? He thought it was over with.
$12.5 billion in market value that Target watched evaporate. 30% stock drop during a 40-day boycott.
Yeah, very effective.
I'm not a Target guy. I'm a Walmart guy. I call Target Target. Seemed like it was just a little bit more expensive than Walmart, so I just say, I strayed away from it from a young age and stayed away from it.
But here's my question to you: I'm sorry, but all right, just look at those numbers you just said, right, with Target. So we understand our power to black dollar.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, but
Trillions.
Did we learn anything through that? Like,
right. Will we do it again?
Like how successful it was against Target. Has that been exposed nationwide that we know how successful it was?
Yes, but we need, and I'm just gonna put it on him again because he was president.
Uh-oh.
President Obama, if he would get involved in this and could just say, "Hey, look what we can do," and if he just says, like, "Look at that child deal," imagine. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. All I do is go to QTs or national gas chains because I'm tired of going in and seeing somebody talk sideways to black people to come up there. And I walk up to the window, I look at the guy and say, "Good morning, good morning, good morning," and I make them speak. I stop going because that got my blood pressure up. And if we start doing something as simple as says, like after chow, nobody shop at a Asian store.
Right.
Until the Asian people come out, like they don't sponsor, they're in black neighborhoods, but they don't sponsor the team.
I think you could do that for all. Like you said, you don't go to those gas stations. It's not just Chow's. It's several gas stations.
And they'll respect them more because they don't put money up for youth teams. My son's on a travel ball team. So they went to certain stores, and because he goes from our area out there in McDonough and to an area closer, just play with more black kids. And in doing that, you see a situation where none of those local stores want to support the team. But blacks make up 90% of their business. You wouldn't even have to ask them if we could get on the same accord. That's why I always knock religious leaders in America. Because they're so worried about the dollars and that tax break they get that they're not going to stick their head up and do good for the people. But we need more of across the board leader, and that's 100% President Obama. But it's going to take somebody going
Why
out.
do you think? Why you think, based on that scenario though, he would be that person? I don't see where it would be.
He's somebody. He's always carried himself above reproach.
Sure.
He's articulate.
Mm-hmm.
He's 100% a black man. He ain't got an ounce of infected in him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he'll be able to open doors because people will automatically listen to him.
That's what I was thinking.
He's not going to offend anybody. From the most hood rat
Mm-hmm.
respects him, and the most elitist respects him.
Yeah.
You know, he could tell Jay-Z, you shouldn't have did that. Jay-Z's okay, I'll just take the loss. I'm a billionaire. But we don't have anybody that anybody wants to follow. One person that would be great for it would be Farrakhan, but you know we can't. Farrakhan, ain't a Christian gonna follow him, and so, or they're too controversial. Al Sharpton, come on, who's gonna follow Al Sharpton?
I like what you're saying in regards to and we're talking about the boycott stuff. If Barack just did a video, like he said, from the all the way down to the YN, all the way up to the most respected, would tune into that video.
Yeah.
There is no divide with him. Everybody would listen to him if he was on the screen.
Yeah.
But like you said, if you saw Al Sharpton up there, there's going to be some people that's going to listen. There'll be some, this nigga.
I'll turn that shit off.
That's what I get that point in regards to him being somebody that could get people to really listen.
That's
and
not
everybody.
The reason I question it is I understand. I don't disagree, and I understand where you're coming from. But the reason I question it is only because that's never been who he is. You know what I mean? That's never been his personality. His personality has never been, that rallying the troop type thing. It was more the come together, kumbaya type thing. You know what I mean? I think
but for us, we're at that point now. We're starting to galvanize, and we need
that's
somebody.
what I'm saying. But
we need somebody to step up. Because look at this. My biggest knock on Jordan, greatest basketball player ever.
Mm-hmm.
But I think by the time LeBron touches dirt, he's going to be spoken of like Muhammad Ali.
Closer to it, yeah.
There's a big. He ain't gonna get that level. I don't think. But he's gonna. And so I think, and this, we used to talk about this all the time and argue on past shows. I think that when you become, everything Obama has, he owes to the people. And at some point, I would think, because I'm not even gonna lie, if I got to that level, I'm gonna sacrifice my life if need be, because it's a situation where we can truly see change. We're at that point now where black people are online and there's a lot of people agreeing and they actively are saying, hey, look, we need to stop this mess. Think about it. That case in Texas, 100% divided blacks.
Mm-hmm.
But did you see how many people are kind of coming, nah, man, that's some bullshit. You can't roll with that. That was some bullshit. And basic values, which we've always had, now people are standing up saying, look, I got values too, because that's all being conservative is having values and not going to whitewash it to fit in. And so I think that he could galvanize the people because white people respect him. That's the only person that if he called a fireside chat as a non-president, everybody in America, white, black, yellow, green, would tune in. And I think if somebody starts approaching him like that,
to say what? To say what though? What would you what would you want or desire him to say right now? And I asked this question based on the fact that there's national boycott happened.
Mm-hmm.
You read the numbers off of how it affected Target. I don't think nationwide that message has been put out there.
Yeah, because I learned through number one fan.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you have hit, and he said, hey, look, it's election time. And instead of him doing that normal corny shit he does, everybody needs to vote, register to vote. If he comes out and says, look, we show when we put our minds together and we act on one accord, look what we did to Target. Now we need to get more centralized. And he starts calling out and having maybe a symposium, not the 100 Black Men March on D.C., but just truly go to every state and pull out the black leaders and pull them into one location.
Now that not and I get that.
Yeah.
But that's where I agree with Lowe in the point of that's not who he is.
Not who he is.
So this look, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm
saying.
saying. He doesn't have to put all the black leaders in a room. He could sit in one room with a camera and speak. And it doesn't have to be a rallying cry. He could just do what I just read. And everybody would listen. And like you said, then everybody would know that the boycott worked.
Well, no, I'm saying you have a symposium because that puts the seed and the thought in the right people's minds. And then he speaks to the masses. Then it has power, but we just don't have that leader right now. It's sad, but we do not have that leader in America right now as far as being African American.
I mean, I wish that
He was
that he was that guy.
Yeah.
And I love and respect President Obama. I just don't think that's who he is.
But has
and it's
anybody ever approached him on that?
never. I don't know the answer to that. I think his wife has been more that person than he.
Yeah,
He's been more of a let's work together thing as opposed to because for him to do that, that's him choosing a side, for lack of better words. You know what I mean? And he's
Well, I
always been
think
that guy that kind of rolled.
straddle the fence.
You know what I mean?
He tap dance with who he has to tap dance with.
I won't even say
My
that
point
far.
is this. My point is this, though. At some point, you either for us or you're not. And I think it gets to the point where you've seen a lot of black leaders that I don't particularly like dedicated their whole life to it. I didn't like the way they did it, but they dedicated their whole life. And then you got to look at the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, who I do admire the way he handled things. But face it, if the Fruit of Islam hadn't come about in prison and he would have went more Sunni with it, I think a lot of people, more of us would have Qurans on our bedside. He just put something, he had to put hate in it, blue-eyed devil and everything else. But his message for self-help for black people has never changed. If you can take Islam out of it and just listen to his message, family, health, rights, and he's always stood up for it and came out on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, like LeBron, to me, LeBron ain't in, LeBron can't carry Michael Jordan's shoes as a basketball player.
Stop that.
But as just a person, humanitarian, and what he's actually done and put his money behind, and the way he showed the organization, put his brothers together, got them together, and they all got paid, and he's never had a bad situation occur where about where's the scandal? It hasn't happened.
I said it a long time ago. LeBron James is the closest thing that we have to a leader right now because he's the only person that everybody will listen to. Older and younger. Numbers wise.
I don't disagree with that in a lot of aspects, but for this particular topic,
You have to be more political.
Yeah. And I think
But he's
Jamal Bryant got I won't say got it started, but he helped facilitate this boycott.
Mm-hmm.
And they got nationwide attention. It was successful. But the message of how successful it was hasn't been promoted properly. And I think we have enough
That
media.
could be intentional.
Here's my
I'm sure.
It's not could be.
I'm sure it is.
You know what I mean?
Did a single story of how much it
and
affected.
here's my problem with that. You know what I mean? And I didn't even thought about that until just hearing those numbers. And when number one fan said, was successful, and then you read the numbers how successful it was, we should all know that how successful it was. And you have all these media outlets, you have all these podcasts, you have all this
It's not
attention, and that's a problem. That's a
You
problem.
said it's
That's
not shiny.
Yeah, you know that.
And that's
it's
a problem.
spinning, y'all. It's spinning.
And that's a
you know.
problem.
We got that
You know what I
mentality.
mean?
That
And
hood
that's a problem.
mentality.
And just hearing those numbers, that's because it would allow us to see just how powerful and how important our dollar is for people to maybe more so respect it.
Exactly, because the next time there's a call for it, we'll do it. Imagine if black people
Exactly.
say nobody eats fast food for a week. Now McDonald's is backing whoever we want to vote for. And that's the part that we don't see. We got the
That's
power.
the part we don't see.
And then we got
which
people
is
that just
point
the
I'm
podcast
making.
also hurt because what did somebody say the other day? We're gonna boycott basketball or some guy was just talking like, we won't watch the game because other than Atlanta and New Orleans, black people don't buy tickets in any other major city. Atlanta, because I've had people, you can see when you come to the Falcons game, man, but we in.
Yeah.
The Falcons got to listen when we say, hey, we don't like that. Like, I don't think our boy going to be in town too soon, too long. Let Shador Sanders turn it out. Falcons been looking for a new quarterback. Coach.
Yeah, okay, this brings up another, in regards to that. When you make it, say, Jay-Z, when you make it the way he's made it, does he now have a responsibility? Is he actually supposed to make everything black?
I'll say this. If he was either a bullshitter or he should do it. Because he's always been pro-black. From every song he's ever sung, that's one thing I like about him. And he's always been that guy. But I think when you get to a certain level in America and you get to sit down at certain tables, you have to give up part of you. It went for Obama and everybody else. We have to go back to the 60s when people were dying for it. So I think if the right person steps out, because think about it, President Obama came out and he said, don't eat McDonald's for the rest of the year. I don't eat McDonald's anyway, but shit, I'm not going to eat McDonald's. Oh, shit, okay. And it becomes something, we'll all go out and buy stupid-ass watches. If one person we'll get a stupid-ass hat or whatever. So if we get the right person on the front end of it, or if we get just not even, if we just announce it, like say next week we say exactly what happened with the boycott and how much they lost. And think about it, the next time somebody happens, like they may say, like, think about how it would affect Asian stores. And then people take notice. But what they don't want to do is show it, because what it ultimately, people not looking at, if we can say don't go to Target, we can also get to the point where we can rally people to who we're going to vote for. Like the Cubans in Florida, they suck their dicks because they know if the Cubans are all going to vote in one accord. They may not, them black and white Cubans may not get along, but when it comes to voting, they got Trump in office, helped get Trump in office. So imagine if we could put it behind any candidate we back that we'll vote for you, but this is what we want. Negotiate. This is what we want. We want better schools. We want funding for this. We want vocational schools back. But we don't even have a leader that's pulled that together. Obama organized LGBTQ like a motherfucker. So you say he can't help organize us?
I don't think he organized them though. They organized
Well,
themselves.
he helped
He just.
Well, he was a catalyst for it, and he was rightly so, because they need rights.
Because they understood their value and their power.
Exactly. We need to understand our value and our power.
You're right. This is the point I'm trying to make. But how do we understand that without, that word? Like, number one was saying, you listen to Joy Reid, Don Lemon. You're right. But do the masses listen to them? Those are people, little political people listen to those kind of, you know what I mean? But the masses listen to
they don't,
the pivot.
exactly.
They listen to Shannon. They listen to Steve. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
This is where the masses listen to. That masses has to get that kind of word out there so that the rest of the world, you know what I mean? And that's why I think we're losing that, because we don't do
exactly.
that.
There's no black. Imagine if Creflo Dollar came out and said, "Okay, this is what we're gonna do. If they can't police, the Asian stores, because think about it, black people will come in those stores, they don't even speak to you. Imagine if one day they be kissing our ass we walk in there. Come on, you got a youth team that comes up there and not a single one of them in that community backed them, but they get all the chicken wings and 10 pieces. Everybody's lined up to do it.
That's real.
And so
Facts.
we
That's
got
real.
to make that popular, because where are we ranked? With trillions. There's some countries that don't generate the wealth that black Americans do.
I mean, that's good. I mean, the stores would be a great place to start. I was looking at, what's the app that they call, it's the app Neighbor. What is it?
Neighborhood.
Neighborhood. I think that's the name of it. And I saw there's a restaurant opening over in East Point called Big Mama's breakfast, something like that. Big
Yeah.
Mama's brunch or something like that.
Mhm.
And of course, they had a black lady on the flyer. So somebody came in and they was like, "Is this black owned?"
Mhm.
Somebody else came and said, "Why does it matter if it's black owned or not?" Somebody else came on and said, "Because I'm only patronizing black owned restaurants."
Mhm.
And I was like, wow. And I saw that one person that said that had probably, I looked back at it later, and I think the likes went from like 4 to like 300 and something.
Mhm.
You know, just from something like that,
Yeah.
to get in those type of apps in the neighborhood, when the app is for your neighborhood, like for me, it's South Fulton,
Mhm.
and you can point out the black girl. Of course, I used to look at the app and be like, man, they doing way
I
too
straight up ask when I go in
I said
restaurants now.
they doing way too
Yeah.
much in here. But then I finally recognized why they was doing it was because they was trying to push, people to go to that restaurant
Yeah.
or go to. There's a cheesecake place. You got the one, I think it's Sammy's Cheesecakes.
Yeah.
Everybody was trying to get people to go there because it was black owned, instead of trying to go to the other one that's over there in the marketplace. And just something as simple as that is pushing towards it. But like you said, if you had somebody that everybody would listen to,
Yeah.
and again, I don't think Obama. Like I said, I don't think that he's the rah come let's do this type of guy.
But I think
even
his
if he's
intelligence level,
but
he's a black
even
man.
if he just said something, he would galvanize by default.
Instantly.
I don't think he has to be the rah, come do this. Just say it and watch how the people run to it. And he doesn't have to keep saying it. I think he can say it
One
once.
time.
And that's
Because once they see that we will see, that would shock the nation. If we just said and I'm not attacking Asian restaurants, but imagine if everybody says we're not going to eat at another Asian restaurant until the Asian community speaks out against what that guy did. What's going to happen overnight? Because white people didn't let them in the neighborhoods. That's how Asians went to black neighborhoods, because they were not allowed. They redlined Asians out just like they did us.
right.
So
a
Asians,
documentary on
think
that.
about how many Asians would lose everything they got if black people quit fucking with them. And then if we did that, it's just like you got a dog. If you get a Rottweiler, you got to make sure he can heel, sit when you tell him to. And if Asians knew they got to back our political leaders, back our moves, because the moves you're trying to get backed by is going to pay you anything. And so now we've brought over more help and make it a better environment for us. And we start making people earn our bucks and earn our votes.
I know for a fact in New York, them Chinese restaurants is right in the middle of the hood.
Here, Wayne Place.
Here too, yeah.
Hair
yeah,
places. I can remember, Bronner Brothers got shut down, because Bronner Brothers going to a Bronner Brothers store, beauticians could buy it cheaper from the Asian stores because they buy them what's like a co-op. They'll buy the whole production line for whatever, curly curl. And so they're buying it by the truckload. That's how they ran black businesses. I talked to it on the show before. When I first came into police in Atlanta, all of the corner stores were black. Now the Asians came in and got one corner store, and then they got another because they would come in there and have Coke, but they were buying up production lines or about a truckload, and the black guys only buying 8 cases to get them through the week. And so they were selling Coke. If the black store sold at 50 cents, they're selling it for 35 cents.
Right, because they got so many of them.
Yeah, and then when they ran all the black stores out of business, you know what they started doing? Selling Czech soda, Shasta,
Right.
for 50 cents. And the black people in the poor areas were trapped in those areas. And then that's when they started getting the out-of-date. Check when you go into black stores. I mean, Asian stores in black neighborhoods, and look at the date on it. It's expired. So a lot of that stuff, they're going to like the bread stores, the discount bread stores, when the bread's only got 5 days and then they pretty much give it away. That's where they buy all the stuff for black community.
Yeah. I don't think, and number one, I read your comment. I don't necessarily think, I definitely wasn't bashing President Obama. And I don't think MJ was bashing him on this particular scenario. He has bashed him before, but I don't think it was this time. I think this was more so for his perspective, saying this is what I wish he would do. My perspective was saying I don't think that's who he is anyway because he's never done it. That's not a bash thing. And you're right. 47 has held up all those promotions. 47. That's the issue is that they're willing to do and say whatever, and we won't. Yeah. That's the issue. Is that we 47 just do this junk and don't care what you think, what you feel.
Hey,
you know what I mean? At all. You know what I mean? But that's a problem. And again, that's a lot of problem with some of our folks. We will just accept it. Because doing this thing with Asian restaurants, see, we always the nice guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
we don't want to boycott all the Asian restaurants because some of them talk to us. Some of them aren't bad. You know what I mean? Well, that child guy did this, but we'll accept that jump. Mm-hmm. But white folks be like, hey, we ain't. Hey, they don't
all y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We won't.
Look how they commented when that white boy got stabbed. He shouldn't have died. There's no way he should have stabbed him. But it galvanized the whole country. Look at what happened with when OJ killed her. White people was past upset. White boys were sicking out their wet.
Look, and OJ was one of theirs.
Yeah.
He was one of theirs, and they still went at
And so it's one of those deals that's one thing I think what I mean by getting galvanized, why we start, because when you're treated bad, you start recognizing what power you do have. And that's what I think has came out of this and can come out of it. We just got to find those right leaders, and somebody need to jump up and grab the bull by the horns.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever get the leadership we've had in the past.
It's gonna be different.
It's gonna be different.
I think that leader's being born today. That leader exists today. A college kid now, but more intelligent, in tune.
But it's going to be
just
different.
going to have to take somebody going.
You're right.
It's
I don't disagree with that.
Though.
I think it's going to be because of the social media, because of it's really easier now to galvanize because you can literally just doop, 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 doop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's going to be a different. It's not going to look like it did back then.
I guess what I'm saying is I'm more so disappointed. I'm not pointing out President Obama. I don't expect him to do it. Mm-hmm. I'm pointing out Shannon Sharp, Stephen A, Ryan Clark, LeBron James,
Stephen A ain't gonna
Michael Jordan. No, screw that. No, I disagree with you. Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? I'm pointing out people who have a voice.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
People who have a voice in this current climate that the Target boycott should be on every major podcast platform
telling
you how successful it was and reminding people of how powerful your vote should be, how powerful your dollars are accounted for. It should be mentioned ad nauseum the same way it is when we talk about BS.
So that
that's what I'm saying.
So that then people can't say, "Oh man, that shit don't work."
Correct.
I like that.
Correct.
See,
that's what I'm saying. It should be way bigger than
what Target was arrogant because, like everybody, you know how black people are they gonna talk some shit. They be mad for a couple of days, but they'll be right back in here buying the wings, or they'll be right back in here buying gas. I would love for somebody to sit a camera outside that man's store and see how many people actually going in there. And the same thing with Target. If they would have announced it, Target felt it. So Target, let's get Jay-Z. But you got to realize the average person doesn't know that.
Right.
Mainstream media didn't cover it. Why didn't they cover it? Because the powers that be want to keep us dumb and ignorant.
Angelo, that's good. I like that. Shit. Why don't I start with Classic Conversations?
Hey, I'm right.
Tag all their asses in it.
Yeah.
Tag them all in it. I know there's a lot of comments on that topic. Go ahead and hit those up before we.
Let's see here.
I like that though.
I think we're
just saying them numbers. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all know
everything that? All right, streamers. Frank says streamers, gamers, influencers are garnishing the vote. Dems lost because we didn't maximize the opportunity. We are up against it because the older black community isn't online and listening to messaging for voting or in boycotts are in effect, etc. Number one said 47 is hurt, killed, robbed more black from more black folks, more brown children, more Iranians, more Africans, more Palestinians than President Obama ever did, but all means bash Obama. That's why I was saying I don't think that's what this was here. 47 fired over 300,000 black women. What about that? No black person can get their earned promotion because of 47. You know, he said dismantle everything black, including our voting rights, but bash Obama.
No one bashed him. No one fan.
Cop, I think you should take a page out of Uncle Luke's playbook and run for office. It seems like your message is still firm, but something is different since you left. Are you an alien? I'm just saying.
It cloned up in here.
No, it's actually just unfolding exactly how I thought it would. Remember I said it's going to galvanize us? And I think it has. Because we're doing things now we've never done. I don't like the way we came out with the Dallas situation. But I think that it has more and more people realizing that we're treated differently. You know? And I think it's okay to speak out now. More and more people, podcasts are speaking out for and against. And so I think with that being said, we need somebody that's a little bit bigger. Like you said, the list of names you came out there, if one of them was, hell, if Cat Williams would speak out on the subject. But we are the only people that allow other people outside our community to cancel us out. And that's what hurts us. You know?
I agree.
Business and everything. You know, we're the only ones that will, like I said, my granddaddy taught me this a long time ago. If you had a black store, a white store, an Asian store, the black man is going to look for the cheapest price. The white man is going straight to the white store. The Asian is going straight to the Asian store.
That's correct.
You know, unless you got something going on there that they can't duplicate themselves, boom.
Very good point.
Think about it.
Very
They
good
can't
point.
duplicate our music, athletics, or food.
I
And
agree.
that's the only thing they fuck with us about. Fuck with us with.
That's some good stuff there. Good stuff there.
And that's just pride. It's not being racist. It's just pride. Self-pride. It's pride in your culture, pride in who you are. And so if we start acting like that, then you know what? All those people are going to realize that they got to earn our dollar. The thing is now we just spend because Asians know you know they'll spend. You go to some of them Asian spots and like you go to stop by a liquor store. If you run into the wrong side of town and you got to stop by real quick, oh, whoa. $50 for this? And the prices are so high because they know they have a captive audience.
Mm-hmm.
But when I could have picked it up on my side of town at McDonald's and got it almost $10, $15 cheaper
Mm-hmm.
from gas to anything else. And they're not going to treat us right until we make them.
I agree with
Religious
that.
leaders aren't going to step up. They never have. Since Martin Luther King died, religious leaders, the only thing they worry about is lining their pockets.
You know, it's my meme I saw. It said your employer is never going to pay you enough to move in his neighborhood.
Damn.
Yeah, and that's how I think they treat us. They don't want to support us and have a chance of us actually making it to move to their neighborhood. You know what I mean? But they don't mind supporting their own. But then we do the same thing to our own people. You know what I mean?
Wow.
We don't want to make old boy store rich. You know what I mean? If we make them rich or them rich, I don't care. We ain't gonna make you rich.
Yeah, crowds. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's just
and
the
I keep
mentality,
on
man.
mentioning the Asian stores. Believe me, I don't have anything against them.
You
but I'm
could
saying-
have said Afghan.
Yeah.
You could have
Yeah.
said the Patel. You could have
Yeah.
said
Yeah,
it's the same.
yeah,
It's the same.
exactly.
It's the same scenario.
Exactly.
Same scenario.
And if we get to the point where we can deal with them, then they're gonna have to back us simply because why? They need us. White people don't stay in the hotels that the Patels run. They don't.
All right.
White people don't go to those Chinese.
a certain level of white people will, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the ones that are really with us. They in the same boat. And so, like, I think after this term, even the poorest white people in Ohio, the white trash, is gonna say, well, God, how they call them, are gonna say, well, goddamn, man, shit, they fucked us hard and they fucked y'all. They're not used to feeling that dick. But now, when they lost their EBT cards and they lost certain segments, everybody's like, whoa, wait a minute.
This
And
ain't
I
what
think
this ain't what was supposed to happen.
exactly. That's not what I voted for. Shit. That hurts.
It's supposed to be them, not
exactly,
us.
not us. But what I think is going to happen is in America, I think there's either going to be a third party that comes out of this, or independent, or the right independent can take it all, run it all the way to the top. Because one thing Trump has shown, the level of corruption that's in Washington.
Sheesh.
And one thing he has shown is that anybody can get it done.
Yeah.
A felon,
Yeah.
you can get it done.
And you look at the negative, and like the war he has going on right now. Think about that. Now people see Israel for exactly what I used to say on the show constantly.
Right.
Israel for who Israel is.
Right.
Genocide, and they're trying to do it again. And so that's the part that I think we need to start looking at. And I think now the leaders of the future they're alive now. They're college kids and a young black exec that sees, the world really is fucked up. Like Asians, for the longest, if white person say jump, they jump. But they forgot who butters their bread. Bring them back in, let them know. Patel, they got all that money, but think about where they make their money. They're not making their money. When people go to Vegas, they're not staying in Patel's hotels. When people come to Atlanta, they're not staying in Patel's hotels.
Right.
They're making their money off week stays.
Sure.
You just gave me a topic for another show, and I'm writing it down.
No, that's all facts, man. But you're right. I mean, crabs in a barrel, man, and it's just so sad. It's just so sad how we continuously do it. You know what I mean? But then you have, again, I keep back to the same jab. Folk writing a $200,000 check for a watch. Just.
Well, it's not just him. We have that culture.
That's my
consumer
point. It's
culture.
the mentality.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
The mentality.
I'm using that as an example, but it's just that
Mm-hmm.
that mentality.
The Floyd's my favorite boxer. So.
All right,
He
so
does dumb shit.
yeah, that was some good stuff there. I got a lot of ideas out of that. Yeah, we're gonna be tagging some folks. Okay, moving on. A UFC fighter calls Michelle Obama a man after winning a bout at the White House. Josh Hokit, get that name, Hokit, kid to be a hoe. Yeah, Josh Hokit has drawn criticism from UFC president and CEO Dana White following his controversial Sunday remark toward the former first lady at the UFC Freedom 250.
Can I call bullshit on that? I gotta wait.
Yeah, you can wait, but yeah, everybody know that was. I didn't even realize I put that shit there. My bad. In a post-game interview with Joe Rogan, UFC fighter Josh Hokit ended his remarks by insulting Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama is a man, am I right, America? This is what he said to the crowd that was gathered on the White House lawn for UFC 250, the first professional sporting event to ever be held at the presidential residence. Again, this dude don't give a shit. The remark, which followed Hokit's victory over Derek Lewis, received a mixed response during the fan event, prompting boos, but also eliciting some laughters and cheers.
Nah, it was very little cheers.
After winning the heavyweight bout, Hokit approached Trump's seat and presented him with a chain. This isn't the first time that this dude has made disparaging remarks toward Michelle Obama. After beating Eric Lunsford in May of 2025, he actually uttered the same line back then. Let me go ahead and give you, and I wasn't able to research this right before I left, but what I did see was that her response, because a lot of people saying that she didn't respond. Well, her response, she had a defamation lawsuit, a federal defamation lawsuit.
She had a black person's lawsuit.
She has some
response.
pretty dope lawyers from what, it was a video that I was looking at. She's also moved to freeze all of his UFC 250 earnings, including bonuses and fight payouts, and all the proceeds will be donated to organizations supporting black women. So everything that he won, she's trying to freeze it so that
That's
she
some
can
black
actually,
people shit.
that should actually take that and give it to.
Can I comment on the bullshit?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Dana White's full of shit.
Sure.
Dana White was in the ring, and you saw the look on his face. You saw the look on Joe Rogan's face. Joe Rogan didn't say anything. Joe Rogan was like, but he didn't say anything. He had the mic in his hand.
He kind of ended the interview, didn't he?
Yeah, he kind of, and then you look over there, Dana White didn't say anything. Dana White didn't say anything until after the backlash. And that's what happens in our community. People ooh, that's bad, but they don't say anything, they don't do anything. That was just past insulting. And out of all the presidents that's ever been elected office, they had a microscope all the way up his ass so he could open his mouth and it would shine out. So anything, it's like for the level of ignorance for anybody to even say that, the way she's been the most presidential first lady ever. And I'm gonna talk about Cormier. So now, for Cormier to be black and not even make a comment on that,
I saw somebody say
the name should be Cooner.
I saw somebody say something about, well, damn, this reminds me of the Kevin Hart roast and nobody said nothing. It was talking about that the announcer, whatever they were saying. How did he not say anything? But yeah.
So is that lawsuit true?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a black person response. She ain't got an ounce of in her.
No, I'm glad. I was hoping because she should definitely sue.
Yeah,
Oh, she gonna
say
slam her.
definitely should sue. What I hate about it, what I really hate about it is, and this is why I say I feel like what MJ's saying about Obama is this is the time. The sheer fact that every time something happens, they bring him up. They bring Obama up.
They've been gone since 2017.
10 years ago, man.
And they
So it's like you make it so much about me. I need to come back and say something. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say I don't think it's his personality, but I think that he has enough fuel for it to be something he can come back and say because of how they speak about them. Because like I said, man, we these people aren't speaking about you like this. You know what I'm saying? If you ever hear a response from Obama and Michelle, it's in response to something said that was frivolous. You know what I'm saying? Like in an interview where he brings up something this off subject and he brings up their name, and then when Obama does get in front of a mic, he speaks about it. But I just really hate that they have to keep bringing these people up, like. Because like you said, people be like, well, that's not racist. It is racist because what does Michelle Obama have to do with the UFC fight at the White House? It has nothing to do with it. So the sheer fact that she's that pertinent on your mind shows the racism in it because they have nothing to do with this. Like, you know what I mean? So
it's so far beyond, man. What it shows is the power, the respect that they've have for this president and his wife. It show you try to bring down what's great. You know what I mean? And these folks stood 10 toes for 8 years. No matter how we feel about them, what he could have did, they could have all that. You know what I mean? The fact that they still bring him up so much, bring them up so much. 9 years after being in office,
I tell you how good he was.
Shows you how good he was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're actually showing the power that they have,
and they want to bring him down so badly. And you're right. If there was ever a time for him, I know Unc wanted to challenge him not too long ago about the gorilla thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that was both in it. This man insulted your black queen, the former first lady of this country, who's never done anything but be a woman, beacon, and for him to disrespect her like that, if there was ever a time, and you don't even have to say anything by giving this dude the respect of calling his name, but you definitely can make a statement of the disrespect. You know what I mean? And any further disrespect on my wife's name is going to garner an immediate lawsuit. You know what I mean? Any from you or anyone else. You know what I mean? I think he can do it. And he's shown in different clips where he can be a little sarcastic. He can be, he's shown he got a little Chi-Town still in him. You know what I mean? He's shown in different little clips. You know what I mean? But I just think if this is definitely a moment that shouldn't pass.
I'll tell you, if the Democrats going to win, they might want to put Michelle Obama on the ticket and VP Obama. No, but
I don't.
honestly,
She
you
don't.
look
She
at
don't
it,
want. She don't want no parts of that junk.
but you see, my point is though, everybody said don't want some part.
After
That's
watching
what
what
we
he
gotta
went
change as a
through.
people.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to fall on your sword for the good of the people.
Yeah. I don't know. I think she's to a point where, she's tired of being gracious. You know what I mean?
But that's what it might take, because you're talking about a ticket where white people respect Obama enough. He carried the vote. I mean, the man's intelligent. I just didn't I wish he would have done more directly to affect black people, like the galvanization that Trump's bad presidency's done. And I think that if we do that, or we get somebody, we need to start planning for that now. Because if you put the wrong person up, like the best thing everybody should do, if you ever see somebody shoot at Trump, you better jump in front of that bullet. Because if Vance take this motherfucker over, you think we got problems now.
I've been saying that.
Vance will be 10 times worse than he ever was. And, that's the point that I think putting him, if he would do it, bringing him back in, but he gave so much to the country. But at some point, somebody's got to rise up and be like Meg Evers and, Hosea Williams.
And I like you said, I wonder. It's like I said, the next leader is going to be different. So I wonder if there is, somebody that's willing to go on the sword, a Martin, a Malcolm. I don't know if there's, because of the climate right now.
No, the people are already here, but the problem with us as a people, we like shiny shit. That's how you attract black people, with shiny shit. And there's too many people out there that people won't listen to just because they're not shining.
Look
at the guard for New York, great guard, but he's not shining.
Yeah, that's fact.
So they're not gonna make him the face of the NBA.
Right. That's why I don't think he'll be the faces, because he's not polarizing.
Yeah.
Even though
That's
he's
my point.
relatable.
That's what
he's
we're
actually
waiting for, somebody
one of
that
the
can
most
dunk.
relatable stars in the league, because
Yeah.
we could probably not have to do like this to talk to him. We can relate to him. But I just wonder if, because I don't get me wrong, times are still rough, but compared to what our leaders from the past went through, is there anybody, because the times are not as rough, that could be that type of leader?
Well, yeah, because they exist as intelligent black people all over. But I think, this is going to come around fucked up, but I think black people with money have become house niggas. I'll be honest with you, money-wise, I'm good. So I don't a lot of stuff that affects people doesn't affect me. You've got that feeling, you know that. And so when you're in that situation where you don't have to, a lot of people that could step up don't.
That's my point. Are we saying that the leader has to come from the mud? Because
you can't come from the mud. The issue with that is it's got to be somebody that has enough knowledge. It's more to being the president as Trump.
Well,
you got to know more.
I'm not even talking about presidency right
now.
I'm just talking about a leader of galvanizing us together. I ain't talking about presidency part. I'm just talking about a leader of galvanizing us together.
It's got to be the right person.
But is there, like I said, college, having that intelligence, having that, being in certain arenas to be able to learn different ways to move and everything. Those people have a little something.
And they have something to lose, and I think that's the biggest thing that keeps
them
preachers out of it. Because they say, okay, I only got 46 million, and if I lose these tax breaks I get, sticking my neck out for y'all, I'll be back in the poorhouse.
Yeah.
I
think with the and like I said, it doesn't have to even be a black or brown situation. Like you said, the next wave of politicians that are gonna that can win in these midterms, if they didn't do that, and let's say they take the majority in one of the houses, they need to then put one of the younger people as the speaker. They don't need to put one of them old people that's been in the Senate for 20 years as the speaker like they usually do. They need to make one of these young people the speaker, and then you'll see how much change you'll get done when you have a Speaker of the House that is younger and a majority. Because what a lot of people try to push on, this is what I'll say. What a lot of people try to push on the Democrats from not passing, they don't realize that they don't ever really have the majority for long enough to pass anything. And then when they are trying to pass things, they filibuster, they don't show up. You know what I'm saying? They make you change the bill so much.
Or they add stuff to the bill.
So that's what I want people who don't look at government to realize. Like, and when they say the things they say about how Democrats don't look out for black people, they do try to pass laws. We just don't have the majority for the majority of time. So the fact that we don't have the majority, we can't pass the laws. The difference that what Trump is doing, he's doing executive orders. He's doing it without the approval of Congress. You know what I'm saying? And we haven't had anybody in place to do that. And I say we don't even have to have anybody in place to do that. When we get the majority, we need to put somebody of a younger ilk in charge of something that can be impactful, because being the Speaker of the House is impactful. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think stuff like that is impactful, because we get these majorities and we put people like, who was the old white lady who was just the speaker when we had the majority?
I know you're talking about.
But that's what I'm saying. We put her in charge and she passed her prime. She don't know what you know what I'm saying? Like, don't put her in charge. Put somebody with new innovative ideas in charge.
See, and that's on a grand spectrum. And I don't disagree with you, but again, like I said earlier, I don't think you're not, I ain't gonna say never. I don't think it's possible, but I seriously doubt you're gonna ever see a Martin Luther King, a Malcolm. You're not gonna see those individual leaders anymore. That's why I keep saying.
I think you can.
I don't think you. I just.
It's going to take somebody waking up one day. Okay, think about it. Now, this one dude, people disagree with him, but he was spot on. Cat Williams woke up one day. He said, "You know what? Fuck my career. I'm going to sell the truth. I think I got enough money saved up. I can do it." And he went on. He chose to go on that podcast with an agenda. He knew now, Shannon Sharp didn't know. Shannon Sharp was just around for a ride. But he had a popular show right here. But anybody, hell, our show would have been up there
Right.
if he came on and said the same thing.
But that's my point, though, MJ. That's why I'm saying, because of this current climate that we're in with the social media movement, that's why I say I don't think it's gonna. One person can do it. I don't think it's
One
possible.
person can. It's gonna take. Like you mentioned,
Because think about what it took.
Stephen A. had that mindset. Stephen A. has a platform and people listen to him. You got Shannon Sharp has limitations, but he will speak on issues. And I think that if we get somebody out there somebody's going to have to decide, I love black people more than I love my life. And that's what you think about. That's what Martin Luther King did. That's what all Medgar Evers did. These people getting shot, dog sicked on.
But see, that's why I don't
And now
think
we
that
got
it can happen.
the infecteds throwing that all away, not even voting.
Martin Luther King was not the only person conducting movements in the
Exactly.
country.
Hosea
right?
Williams.
There was a bunch of them.
Yeah.
He got the platform. right?
Exactly, but it could have been any of them.
It could have been any of them. And here's my point now. It was multiple people. Some of them didn't get the platform to go
Yeah.
worldwide. Everybody now has the platform. That's why I keep saying I don't think it can be one person, but I think it can be people who spark these kind of movements because the platform is so much bigger. We heard about Martin Luther King from the TV, when they had the TV stuff. You know what I mean? It took time for word to spread throughout all the Baptist church and all. You know what I mean? It don't take no time anymore.
That's true.
That's all I'm saying. That's why I don't think it can be one person, because the movement, we have so much more access. And you have people who have platforms that could if you could just look at the followers that so many people have.
I give you an example. I think Joe Buttons, he has like 5 people on his crew. He recently added like a Mark Lamont Hill, a very intelligent black brother. and he offers insight from an intelligent black point when they're offering insight from a hip hop, their community point. You understand what I'm saying? And then, but the girl he has on there is more like a comedian. Like he had Melissa Ford, but he has another comedian on there. I would challenge him to have somebody like Jasmine Crockett to sit in there for a week and just be on just 4 or 5 shows. It shows her intelligence. It gets her out to a younger crowd. Like I think that every politician, every person in the midterms that want to win need to reach out to a Kai Cenat.
Now you're talking. Joe Budden's gonna be limited. Kai Cenat has a national appeal.
So that's why I say I
You know
think
what I mean?
Jasmine Crockett should go on.
The Breakfast Club has a national appeal. You got the Pivot national appeal.
Yeah.
You got some of these shows that have national appeals, and they can reach. You know what I mean? And they can reach the people who can really affect the votes, and the people who are not getting out there to vote. That's why I think this Target thing. I just keep bringing it back up, man. This junk says it makes such a statement.
Correct.
That I'm just disappointed that, you know what I mean, all of us should know. You should be able to go out.
Everybody should know.
I didn't know.
Everybody should know, and they don't.
Till I looked
Thank you,
it up.
number one fan.
I when I looked it up today, that's how
That's
I
a
found
problem.
I didn't know. I just thought it was like we always do.
Yeah.
We said we're gonna do something, didn't do it.
That's a problem.
I thought we did it, but I just didn't know that it hit them like that. But it hit them.
Yeah. Well, see, and that just shows the power. But if we get like hashtag all these different shows and see if they'll bring it up. You know, if Cat Williams, like I like Cat Williams. Now, of course, he ain't gonna be a presidential run, but I think the thing I respect about him as a black man, he's speaking on issues that so many people avoid. Dave Chappelle speaks on issues that so many black people avoid. It's like they let me in the club. I don't want to say nothing that's gonna get me kicked out the club.
Correct.
You know, I'm just gonna sit here quiet.
And
That's correct.
Jay-Z, all these big time people,
Yeah, and
that
I'm not
should
even
know intelligent enough to say it. They don't say shit.
Yeah, I'm not even speaking on the. I'm just talking about a leader of people, not the. I ain't think about politicians,
Well,
but you have somebody that can actually lead the vote to get the right politician there. I'm talking about somebody that can. Politicians, other than this dude that's in there now, especially a politician of color is going to have guardrails. There are certain things they are not going to do.
Yeah, to get elected, they can't.
But if you have somebody that's leading from the community point, and when I say community, I mean nationally, that can actually get somebody to vote for that politician.
Mm-hmm.
That's the person that I'm saying I don't know if we can. Now, you said some names, that's also, the Pivot. Lord knows if Stephen A would get off his fence, I think he could do it, but
No, right. And my mom said Jamal Bryant. You said it again. He talked about Target long ago. No, but what I'm saying about Jamal Bryant helped spark it. But what I'm saying is now what, and how many people know about it nationwide.
Yeah, the only people
that's the problem.
The only people that heard, because I
CNN didn't talk about it.
Jamal did talk about it.
See what I'm talking about?
But pretty much
that's what I mean.
People in Jamal's church and most of the people in Atlanta heard Jamal talk about it.
Now,
not nationally.
Not nationally.
Now let me say this, right? All right, I'm best friends with a guy that went to school with me who works on the board of Target, right? And we talk about this in our group chat. So I'm gonna read you what we were talking about it when it happened, right? He said we were talking about the CEO in general and how because of the boycott, the CEO had to step down. All right. So he says his time was up 3 years ago, but he got approval from the board to help us navigate post-COVID and the upcoming change in administration back then. Bad move. You got to know when you step away as a leadership, shit came to a head. When we were down 3% in sales, as much as to be contributed to lower foot traffic in stores stemming from the DEI tariffs and bad internal investment. So this is what they're talking about in their boards internally, that they knew that these things, they didn't know these things were going to happen, and then once it happened, this is what happened to their foot traffic. And then, so we were talking about it a little bit more. He was like, basically, they went and got the CEO from Lowe's, Marvin Ellison. He was at Target, but he had went to Lowe's, and they brought him back. Now, Marvin Ellison is a white guy. You know what I'm saying? So it was like they moved him to appease us, but then brought in somebody that they had in the past. You know what I'm saying? But what we're ultimately trying to say is they understand that it's important. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they understand that it's affecting their bottom line.
Listen, Dwayne, I'm sorry to cut you off, but here's what we know for sure. Here's what we know for sure. And this history has shown this.
Mhm.
White America has always studied Black America.
Mhm.
They've always know what we do. And what they know that. They don't
And
respect.
they knew how to derail us.
They know how to direct. That's all I say. They don't respect us enough. So every now and then you got to show them. That what happened with Target. They were like, oh wow, they reminded Target.
Yeah.
They really do. You know what I mean?
They will come together.
But they always have studied. That's how the projects came about. They've always studied Black America. You know what I mean?
They knew Section 8 was going to tear us up.
They knew it.
Brought out
This
Section 8.
wasn't no surprise to them. They planned for this kind of stuff. They just don't think we have enough the ability to unite within us
When it happened.
when it happened. You know what I
When
mean?
it happened, guarantee you they was going, I'll be damned.
Yeah.
They finally
And
did
they're
it.
hoping they find somebody else now. But
They
now,
finally did
if
it.
you took Target, go to the next one. You know what I mean? It's like, and yeah, Jamal Bryant did speak out on it. But did Jamal Bryant?
I didn't hear him.
Why didn't Jamal Bryant get Creflo? And why didn't Creflo get TD Jakes? Why
they're
didn't
all
TD
on
Jakes
stage
get
together.
such and such? Why didn't he go get this guy from California? Why didn't he go get this guy in Texas? Why he didn't go get this guy in
And make
Philadelphia?
sure
Why
everybody know.
everybody
So
should
now-
be? This should be a rally
so
cry.
then-
That's why I
then-
was talking about a symposium to get those people together.
So then you can move to the next one. But right now, if you try and move to the next one, people will be like, what for? This shit happened to Target because they don't know that
They
shit actually
don't
did happen to Target.
know. They
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah,
Like you
yeah.
said, seeing
Can't
Like, I
go-
didn't think, I was like, yeah,
you
okay.
can't go to the next one because nobody knows the actual positive things that happened from the first one. Nobody knows the small wins that we got from the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go, what is it when everybody say, "Hey man, we ain't gonna get no gas on this one day"? What does everybody say? Oh man, that shit ain't gonna do nothing.
because they feel like just talk.
Yeah, we gonna get gas.
They
the
feel
next
like
day.
just talk. You know what I mean?
Everybody gonna go
Nobody
get
wants
gas.
to be
today.
inconvenienced, and all you'd have to do is gas the day before. Same gas station, but you get it the day before.
But if it did happen and they was actually a success, you wouldn't know it. Because, like you said, the media, the national media is not going to report
Just
it.
like you said about these Asian stores. You know what I mean? What if your community says, hey, if your Asian store and your community doesn't support at least 5 youth football teams,
We ain't coming.
we're not coming to your stores no more. If your store don't go do, you know what I mean?
But we
These are the demands that we have to have.
Think got to stay
in
strong.
Where I
our
live,
communities.
every one of the high school football teams will have placards where every store in the neighborhood buys a placard to put on
the
the
field. Mhm.
around the field.
just like
Same
around
thing
the
as
field.
us.
Yeah.
The whole field.
Some flag.
And that's out where I live, every single school is like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when we play an inner city school or the Cab County school, maybe 1 or 2 placards or none at all.
Correct.
And that's what
Correct.
we can't
That's
allow the
correct.
people to exist in our neighborhoods
That's correct.
without making them pay.
Right. That's correct.
Tax them because they
That's
can
right.
say no, but think about it. You know why them Koreans don't speak to you when you go in this store? Think about it. I don't care, because they know they don't have to, and we still
I was
gonna
gonna say.
buy it. We're still gonna pick up that stale candy bar. We're still gonna get the single malt liquors, and you don't even supposed to sell singles. That's illegal in Georgia, but they let them sell singles because it's in an area. You have the the Pakistanis would have a can by the register, and it would be maybe I'm exaggerating, but a can of chicken soup, some other product, and they ring it up, and it's the cost of the beer in the store, and they let them pay with their EBT card.
Wow.
That fraud exists 100%. As a cop, I've seen it,
Yeah.
and that exists, and they don't prosecute for it. Same thing they doing with Trump doing this roundup, all the illegals. He ain't took his monkey ass to North Hall and hit those chicken plants. Peaches are getting ready to get picked pretty soon. You think they're gonna take a bus down there to South Jordan and hit those peaches? Hell no. So a lot of shit is an act. But until we galvanize and show them, they're not gonna listen.
You have to make us some public service announcements.
Well, that might help. Start doing them tapes.
And just read the numbers.
Yeah.
People, it can happen. It did happen.
Yeah.
You probably didn't know.
And it can
Let
happen
me tell
again.
you, it did happen. And we just need to find the next and do it again.
Mhm.
For sure. But yeah, what was
I was gonna ask one thing too, right?
Go ahead.
Did they not pass the John Lewis Freedom Act? Wasn't that recently
I
passed?
hear you.
The
John Lewis Freedom Act. Who passed it?
like Biden.
That's what they've been fighting for forever.
Oh, okay.
They wouldn't pass it.
Okay.
The Republicans blocked it, and the black boy who got left out in the cold was one of the main ones who blocked it, and then he ain't getting not a single cabinet position. Big dum. And now all of a sudden, y'all saw that, John? Now he's starting to have problems.
Mm-hmm.
Now he want to try to go black again.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, buddy, stay over there. Stay where you been at. Actually, the black pastors were involved. Reverend Otis Moss, Reverend Bryant Johnson, Freddie Haynes, all of them at a big church, and they talked about the boycott. Yeah. I'm just saying, it just should be more well-known. That's all. It should just be more well-known.
And number one, fam, what we're talking about by certain people getting out there, you can say it to your congregation, but when you have that type of weight, why not put out on Instagram? You talk about it on Instagram where other people will pick up on it. That's what we're talking about. Getting out of your comfort zone. Yeah, you can say it in your church.
That's right.
And you have a captive audience, but think about it. Every single church person I know, and I got a lot of them in my family, they talk about there's no youth on the end of the bench anymore. Because it used to be I was forced to go to church, and I fell off with my kids. But now it's to the point where nobody black is hitting the church over the Easter. And now some even ain't hitting on Easter. And so and if they don't get out amongst the masses, at some point, their people that keep the coffers full are going to be over the hill. And that's the part I'm saying where they drop the ball at. They're not actively campaigning. I remember when I first got on and I was a beat cop in Zone 1, all the small black churches used to have a bus that would run by and pick up all the kids. And those kids learn the values that they may not be learning at home because they preached to them the whole time they were giving out food. And that's the only reason the kids wanted to go to church. But they got them in the church. There needs to be more grassroots like that to save black churches. You can't promise prosperity. You got to have some substance to it also.
I just know the power of social media. We can spread words. Words spread so fast, and I just this is something I just think needs to be spread. And we didn't make sure we chop that up, Dwayne.
Oh,
we
yeah,
got
we
to get it up so
that
we can make that sets apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
got to chop that up. Got to put that out.
we need to call all of them out, man. We need to call all these podcasters out.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I ain't just picking on the churches. I'm talking all these power brokers. They got all these voices. You know what I mean? Think about all the conversation we've had about what's the old girl name who they say she's not a doctor?
Ms.
Right.
Cheyenne Bryant. That junk will spread like wildfire in our community.
Crazy.
But we don't. But I've not seen a single post about the effect of this boycott.
You're right.
I haven't seen one.
Yeah, that's right. That's facts.
But we talk about Cheyenne Bryant. You see that junk over and on all these same podcasts. They're talking about it. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Yeah. We can get the word out there, certain things, but they'll talk about Cheyenne Bryant. They'll talk about all this other stuff that's irrelevant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's irrelevant. But this boycott and the power of it,
Right.
for us to understand how powerful our dollar is and to respect our dollar, and then you can start trying to figure out how you get respect to your communities.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I said, how these stores don't support nobody youth movement. You know what I mean?
Nobody, yeah.
And this stuff is good. We let this stuff go. They ain't gonna support us anyway. No.
Right, yeah. But I mean, he made a good point. Like I said, when you go to these certain schools,
I put the top 5 in the chat, y'all.
and like you said, it's usually hanging on the fence that go
Mm-hmm.
around the field at ground level.
Yep.
The bigger donors, of course, be up there on the press box. But around the field is usually the local stores that have a sign.
lawnmower service. Yeah.
But like you said, if you go to a black school, I'm thinking Osborne that's over there in Smyrna.
Yeah.
You probably ain't gonna see.
This would be an American deli.
It's probably it'll be an American. They're probably not American
No,
deli.
they don't, but I mean,
it's
they
probably
need to
gonna
put them
be
up there.
because I know there's a Food Depot right next to it, so I know that's probably up there. There's a strip mall down the street. Some of those are probably in there,
But they're not. When you go to the
it's
games,
not.
they're not.
It's not.
Let me show you.
It's not filled up all the way
Let me show
around.
you the power of white
Spots.
people. I sent you guys that fundraiser for my daughter. I appreciate you guys donate to a fundraiser. We raised about $800 between all the people I sent to. I sent to a lot of people. It was people in my daughter's club, individual kids raising $7,000.
Good Lord.
Like let me say this, their goal for this swim school, it's a club school, it's a clubs team, was like $300,000 for like underwater cameras, right? How much you think they got? This isn't DeKalb County. This is a DeKalb County swim team.
Getting $7,000. I'm gonna say they got
They got
About 30,000.
750,000. They got double what they wanted
Are you serious?
from just the these little girls ain't gotta do nothing but go in there and swim laps, okay? They ain't sell no popcorn, you know what I'm saying? They ain't do no
top 5.
they ain't sell no Krispy Kremes, and they just raised this, sending this a fundraiser out to people you knew, and but I'm telling you, you know the numbers in swimming, it's 1% black, okay?
Correct.
That's just facts,
Correct.
okay? It's 1% black, and even in this swim school, it's a 1% black, and a majority white, Asian, Pakistani swim school. They made double the fundraiser. They made double it,
That's great.
and they're not doing nothing special. They ain't give out nothing about it. My daughter just swam 50 laps. That was it.
Right.
So yeah.
That's it. That speaks volumes, bro. Speaks volumes. Yeah. We got to go top 5. You got something else?
Oh no, we good. We can rock on to the top 5. You want to go over the comments first, or you want to?
I was kind of reading. I think we
As
covered
everybody get
most
there.
of them. Let's see. They agreed. JD Vance is way worse. Yeah, JD Vance is way worse. His best.
We'd be on the ground in Iran right now if Vance was president.
The Obama's live rent free in their minds. That's a fact, man.
Oh yeah,
They live rent free in their minds.
Rent free.
Unc also said Michelle Obama should have sued. They're trying to tear down something positive and lack of respect. Said Coach Nash, they're too busy with the going high. Time to strike. Every time he says his name, he tries to invoke racism by saying his full government name, Barack Hussein Obama, to garnish the anti-Muslim sentiment. He definitely does that. Orange Grimace is a B. I agree. Neither one of them want it. Said the same thing. Probably needs to. Yep. I think Gavin Newsom is going to come up. I agree with you, Anita. Everyone should write Obama to address the insult. Gavin Newsom's not afraid of 47. Too Free told y'all what it was last week. Those leaders are few and far in between. We're privileged and have 3 acres. We care, but don't want to give up our polish and names. Yeah. They need to sue 47, Dana White, Paramount, and the fighter. Yes, put all of them in a lawsuit. That's what they do. Vance, my aunt said Vance won't get the support because no one fears him. Yeah, but he'd be dangerous. He'd be dangerous. Now that the crazy Rick Jackson won the runoff, Rick Jackson won, and will now go against Keisha Lance Bottoms for the gubernatorial election. This will be the most scorned earth racist and misogynistic campaign ever. Facts. KK can send a call-out letter to every show you just named to galvanize folks, including Jasmine Crockett, Roland Martin. This is all your homework assignment. Be about it. Copy that, number one. That's why they always get a fool like Jay-Z. I read that one already. Pass that name. All right. Top 5. We just had the championship. For basketball, championship for the UFL.
Sure did.
We got 11 baseball, so
Big 3 coming out. Big 3. My Tar Heels doing good in baseball. Too, so.
Let's get the baseball thing. Did Georgia played Alabama today. Did they win? That's an elimination game.
Yeah, because Georgia.
Georgia been looking good too. That brother's a baller. All right, so the top 5 NBA championship teams. Oh, it's Texas. That's right. They beat Texas. Good. Texas ran out of runs. They scored 14 the night before that. All right, good. So Georgia's still in it. I got a 2-time graduate from Georgia, and I got a baby boy going to Georgia. So I gotta, you know what I mean. I'm an honorary Bulldog now, you know what I mean? They ain't never gonna overtake my Wolverine, but I'm an honorary Bulldog. I'm gonna go, hey, let's go Dogs. hey, they give my boy 2 free educations. Hey, go Dogs. I'm with y'all. But your top 5 NBA championship teams of all time. Your top 5 NBA championship teams of all time. If you know the year, that's even better because you can kind of identify. Because Bulls won 3 of them or 6 of them, so they just say the Bulls.
Right.
Okay. I guess I'll go first.
All right.
Yeah, I'll do in my era. 2005 Miami Heat. That's Dwayne Wade and Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
2011 San Antonio Spurs. The 2015 Miami Heat. The 2008 Detroit Pistons with Chauncey Billups in them.
Okay.
And last but not least,
Wasn't that 2004?
No, that wasn't 2004. When they won it with Ben Wallace and Chauncey. That was 2008. Because Kobe and them won it the year before, didn't they?
No, I thought it was 4.
Only reason I know it wasn't 4 because 2003 is when LeBron and D Wade and them came out in the draft. Yeah, so it couldn't have been that. It had to be, like I said, that's what I said. I think it was 08. And last but not least, the 2005 Los Angeles Lakers.
2005 Lakers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was like I want to say that was like their first one. Like with Shaq and Kobe. First or second one. Yeah. Them 2 teams was too dominant.
Okay.
What you got, MJ?
I see. I'm a Lakers, Magic Johnson fan. You know, I always say Magic's one of the greatest ever. I say those. I think it was like 80, 82, 84, 86 Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say, what was that Boston team that upset them? Bird, McHale, the Chief.
That was 81.
81, yeah, 81. Those be mine. Old school all the way.
Okay. Dwayne, I'm gonna have to challenge you on that one. It's 2004 that the Pistons won with Chauncey Billups in them. Yeah, so that's one of mine. The Heat, 2005, 2006, Dwayne Wade and Shaq. 2009 Lakers with Kobe and Powell. 1983 Sixers with Andrew Toney, Dr. J. Andrew?
Bobby Jones.
Yeah, Bobby Jones, Moses Malone, 4-4-4, even though they lost one. And number one would be the 1997 Chicago Bulls when they actually broke the then NBA record for, that actually may have been 98. One of them last three that they actually, because Dennis Rodman was on that squad. But yeah.
Okay.
My honorable mention would be the first one that Steph Curry and them got. I always like them light-skinned boys. I was playing the NBA game with them when they were bad. When I used to kill my son. Called them light-skinned boys. We're going to get you.
All right. Let's see. My mom got Bulls, Lakers, Knicks, Warriors, and OKC. Let's see here. Number one says Knicks first and second championship. The Raptors because I want to bet against Lowe. And the Lakers and the Bulls. Let's see. My aunt says Bulls, Knicks, all that matters. Okay. Cavaliers and the Heat and Bad Boy Pistons. Frank said 83 Sixers. That's the list.
Yeah, boy.
That was 84 Celtics. MJ says Frank. All right.
It's 85.
Yeah, because the one I was
said that,
talking
Frank?
about, Mikhail wasn't on the squad yet. When I was talking about, that's when they had them.
I remember 81. Remember Kareem got hurt?
Yeah.
And Magic
Magic
played
played
all
center.
5 positions on the court.
40,
Never been duplicated.
42 points, 14 rebounds, and I think 8 assists, something like that.
Basketball.
All right. So, I definitely got to go with 83 Sixers. I was a diehard Sixers fan for so long.
What you talking about? I every day.
They just kept making so many bad management decisions. It just got so frustrating to continue to support it. I say the 91 Bulls team.
First one.
I would go behind that. I can remember the first Lakers championship with Magic when Magic played all 5
80.
positions.
That's
80.
Yeah, 80.
Yeah,
80.
that was very, very impressive.
Damn game was on tape delay.
Yeah, how about that? The 94 Rockets. That Elijah Wan team.
Clyde the Glide.
Yeah.
Yes, 94 Rocket team.
Was Clyde on that one or the one before?
That was the first one.
That was the first one, Clyde. I think Clyde was on the second one, wasn't he? Didn't they get traded to him for the second
back,
one?
didn't they?
Yeah, he came for the second one.
Second,
Yeah.
okay.
And then between that, I'm right here between that Golden State Warriors team. Although I hated the fact that
Kevin Durant
was the team, but that team was ridiculously good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then I got the LeBron team that came back from 3-1 down to beat Golden State the year before that. Gotta give props. That jump was
Kyrie Irving was
On
crazy.
fire.
Yeah.
On fire. That's who won that.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
him and Bron.
Kyrie
had
just
40.
never been with the right team because Kyrie be considered one of the greatest. I hope he comes back from the injuries.
That's true. The way he was balling on that pickup
video,
game,
you ain't lying.
he looked like he pretty good to me.
Yeah, look like he gonna be all right. Dallas was thinking about trading him. I guarantee they're rethinking that. Like,
Yeah, they got a nice squad. Dallas have a nice squad next year, but I think San Antonio, they one or two pieces from being ridiculous. Some old players,
100%, 100%.
Anybody that's got their money
some time.
can go play for them.
And yeah, because the thing is, everybody's on their first contract.
I always hate the Celtics, and I still don't care for the Celtics. You know what I mean? But the honorable mention would definitely have to be that Bird, Ainge, McHale,
Chief,
That Celtics team was just
Johnson.
was
Hey,
just
you know what?
Dennis
Dennis
Johnson.
Johnson.
Think about
Dennis
it.
Johnson was a baller,
Hey,
man.
but you think about the Celtics back then.
Mm-hmm.
A hot 3 black guys on the squad.
Mhm.
Parrish, Dennis Johnson, and 4. ML Carr waving the flag,
Mm.
and my man Cedric.
Cedric
from
Maxwell.
from
Cornbread.
Kinston, North Carolina. Compared to the Celtics when Kevin Garnett was on the squad,
Mm.
all black, one white guy.
Mm. Mm.
Had to win championships. If not, he was gonna get lynched.
Well, they fixed that. They go
Boston
to
ain't
Europe
no
now,
joke,
baby.
boy. Boston is no joke, boy.
Yeah, there's probably
that
5
that town.
Europeans in the top 10 players in the league now.
Mm-hmm.
And that bad boy Pistons team was the real deal.
Oh, yeah.
That team was the real deal.
Benny,
Microwave,
Isaiah,
Joe Dumars,
Joe Dumars,
Dennis Rodman,
Dennis Rodman, Bill Lambier,
and what's the guy's
Rick
name?
Mahorn.
Rick
Rick
Mahorn.
Mahorn. That was a rough team.
Poor
John
Mark
Sally.
Aguirre got traded and made all that junk happen.
And Isaiah was his boy.
And I was his boy.
Traded him in the middle of the year.
Yeah.
And then they won a championship.
And they won a championship. Boy, Mark Aguirre feeling was hurt, man. We lived in Texas then too. That was a trip, boy.
That was his boy. That was his boy.
Yeah.
Great show, gents. This was real good, man. This was real good.
What y'all think about the dude that Sorsby kid though, man? That did all that gambling, and now you going for the
Yeah, I
They
think.
ain't gonna do
That
that.
football player?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
man.
think.
You can't touch him. Now, how the hell you going to pass on Shedeur Sanders, who was in Heisman
You want
running
to tell you
until
how?
the end of the year?
Do I have to tell you?
Well, but you know how. But I'm just saying, now you got a
Case
kid that
closed.
said he bet 70,000, but guess how many bets he had?
90,000
Huh?
90,000.
But he had 6,000 bets.
bets.
How was he going to this class?
Yeah.
Cell
That's
phone,
ridiculous. There's no possible way, because think about it. He's in a championship game. Somebody touch him. I mean, I would follow everybody in his family and see what they bet. Because if he throws 2 interceptions in the championship game, come on.
Yeah. in the
Spurs 5-time
supplementals.
champions with that.
There's no one in the world that puts
Yeah.
It's gonna be
gambling at
interesting to
quarterback.
see if somebody actually picks him up.
You got to give
And
up.
that supplemental draft,
But it
it would
takes
be
a
interesting.
first round.
yeah.
You got to put down a first round draft pick to go in the supplemental draft. So it's got to be somebody you know's on point.
But the thing is, you don't have to draft them because it goes rounds.
Mm-hmm.
So wherever he's drafted at, that's how he gets paid. He gets paid the equivalent of where he was drafted. So
No,
he
but
could go down to like the 4th or 5th round.
Okay.
And
And he
then they
will.
could draft him. Yeah, then they could draft him. Basically, all they do is just go through it. I think he's the only person in the supplemental draft this year, right? I think he's the only one there, so they'll just go through and
But it's a first round draft pick. Who's gonna give up a first round?
he ain't
draft
gonna,
pick
he
for
ain't
a
gonna,
gamble?
he ain't
won't
gonna,
go in the
he don't go in the first. He won't get in the first.
Yeah, but there's only so many people in the draft.
Yeah, he I don't think there's nobody in it.
draft though.
Yeah, it's not regular draft. Yeah,
It
supplemental.
functions totally different.
Yeah. A couple of people notables. Bernie Kosar was in the supplemental draft. What's my man name? Played with Minnesota. Played with Philly. Preacher.
Reggie White.
Played with Minnesota. Receiver. Opposite of Randy Moss. He was in the
Chris Carter.
supplemental
Chris
draft.
Carter was in
Okay.
supplemental
Yeah, he was
draft.
in the supplemental draft. You know,
Yeah.
different circumstances why they end up there, but
But gambling, your quarterback,
Hey,
come on,
man.
it's too easy for him.
Quarterback.
Hey, bro.
It's too easy for him to influence the game. Because think about it, that Ohio State boy, the quarterback for Ohio State, the gambled, and they wouldn't let him in the league.
Who, Pryor? Yeah, Terrell Pryor.
No, not Pryor. I'm talking about
Art-
the white guy.
Art,
Way back in the Easter, yeah.
Yeah.
Art Schlichter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Art Schlichter.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're not
Terrell
gonna let that
Pryor's
happen.
another
They're
one.
not gonna check the
Terrell
chance.
Pryor's another one that went into the supplemental draft. Ended up being a pretty good receiver, but he just got picked up on some dope charges. I just read about him. Terrell Pryor just got picked up on some dope charges recently.
Yeah, we talked about it. I thought, Shedeur has a record for NFL licensed jersey sales, 17.1 million last year, higher than Brady jersey ever sold. Yeah,
And his
yeah.
New Jersey to number 2, he went to 2, and this is
Yeah,
a
Shedeur went
best-selling
crazy.
jersey.
Shedeur
Yeah.
went crazy. Yeah. Nice check, Shador. Congratulations.
You see what who's the dude that got traded to Cleveland, and he walked in and put on number 8. Didn't he tell?
Yeah.
Didn't he tell the quarterback?
That
That
linebacker.
linebacker.
Didn't he tell him? Gabriel said, "I showed up
out there
and
with
I saw my number running around on defense." He didn't
That
tell
had to
me.
be a bad feeling, boy.
That gotta be horrible for him. That let you know where you
And,
at.
yeah, but Stefanski hasn't even tried to trade for him. You know what I'm saying? But he was going to jettison Shador for that kid. That got through a whole season. Because the way they were gelling at the end of the year, imagine if he would have been there for the start with the win-loss records they won that team.
Shador ain't gonna see the field this year unless Deshaun Watson get hurt. They gonna get their money worth out that boy.
Now, Watson, man, he has, ever since he had that,
Hey, dog,
that
I'm
jet-
with you.
that- yeah,
I'm
he
with
ain't
you.
been the same, man.
But all that money they
He
paid
played
him,
at Gainesville High School. He was a beast.
Yeah, he played at Houston. He was a beast. But after all that
Yeah.
money they gave him, they gonna put him out there for the Wolves to get.
No, because they're going to have a nice squad. That defense keep them in any game, man.
Not anymore. You just lost your best defensive player.
Traded defensive player.
And Buddy picked up was nice, but he ain't that dude.
Right. The dude that picked up. Yeah, the dude that picked up was Florida State.
He good.
But he ain't that good.
But he ain't that dude.
No, sir. Yeah, yes, sir.
But LA going to have to be
Hey,
considered.
when I tell you the Rams, they don't play.
Boy, what you talking about?
They
The Rams said, we playing at home,
Rams, they going for the Super Bowl.
we going for it. We'll deal with salary
All
cap.
in.
We'll deal with salary
They
cap
went
stuff
all
later.
in.
Yeah, all
You
the
said
way.
Deshaun, I went to Gainesville High School the other day for a tournament, and when you drive into the school, it's called Deshaun Watson Way too. Let you know how much money Deshaun.
Yeah, man.
That's
He was
cool.
throwing for 400 yards every game.
That
Oh, yeah,
school
he
is
was a beast.
beautiful.
I
now.
saw him play
Oh
at high
my
school,
goodness,
too.
that school is beautiful.
And matter of fact, when he got to Clemson, somebody else was starting, and I told everybody, I said, give him 3 games.
Yeah.
I said give him 4 games. It took 3
But
games. He took over.
imagine how many more championship trophies Georgia didn't even offer.
Great, ain't it?
Well, late, yeah, late, but hell, he was doing those numbers his whole
And
career.
it didn't guarantee him a
against
starting position.
Right. Yeah, Georgia, they
There's been a lot of black
Atlanta might
quarterbacks
as
that
well
got
trade for
knocked out.
Gabriel, so
Lot of
they have 3
players,
lefty
period.
QBs. That's funny.
Yeah, that's funny. That was funny.
Hey,
Three
Dwayne,
lefty QB. That would be
Frank said y'all need to trade for Gabriel so y'all can have 3 left-handed quarterback.
He said, "Don't put that on us, Frank."
Now if Falcons fall right, they might have a nice squad. man.
I
He said,
looked.
"Nah, they not."
I looked at they were showing highlights of the Falcons at camp. That boy footwork still bad. Yeah, man, they were showing him. His footwork still bad, but they, Problem is, you learning from somebody that got a headache. Got the big helmet on. Yeah, one got a big helmet on, one got 2 big ass knee braces. Got lineman knee braces on.
But that's what they said about him when he came out. That was a knock on him. That's why he's supposed to have dropped in the draft because his knees.
He already had
He had
3,
like 3 surgeries.
he already
in
had
college.
3 ACL surgeries then.
He had bad luck, man. His whole career.
Yeah, no matter what school he went. No, he didn't hurt it.
And he's a
Did
talented player, man. I
Did he
hate
hurt
for
it
him.
at Washington? Did he hurt his knee at Washington, or was it just Indiana?
Nah, here Indiana.
At
He
Indiana,
was
yeah.
balling in Indiana
Yeah,
before he got hurt. He was balling.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he balled at Washington. But,
No.
in the pro, bro, a strong arm ain't gonna just get it.
He's accurate too, man. Dude, I hate it for him, but he got one more year. It's over.
He'll
If
get a clipboard or something.
Now if he get hurt again,
Oh, facts. Yeah, if you get hurt,
that's what I
again,
mean. If
you're
he
right.
get hurt again,
Oh yeah. If he get hurt again, that's a
ain't
wrap.
nobody gonna take that chance on him. He'll never get. He won't get another contract.
Yeah, if he don't get hurt, he end up with a clipboard somewhere.
Yes, thank you, mother dear.
Make a living.
It's nice and smooth. I appreciate you.
He'll make a living. MJ,
Mm-hmm.
you got your IG page popping again yet, bro? The MJ Ask a Cop. Oh, you looking at Dwayne?
I just caught that, Frank.
What,
He said that school had a heck of a training room. Talk about Deshaun Watson. He's I bet they did.
that's where it all started.
That's where it all started.
Hey, man, I was looking at that's how they got him.
Right.
From in Clemson. I was looking at one of our old shows, and I forgot who it was that was on the show. We was talking about that in regards to, the whole massage thing and everything. It was pretty good. It was cool to look at. That's when we did it out on the deck. Yeah, it's Pretty dope. Pretty dope. So yeah, MJ, you ain't got them popping yet. They can't follow you there.
No, I'm on. I haven't posted up. Yeah, there you go. He got me posted.
There you go.
Yeah, he got me up there.
There you go. Y'all make sure y'all get back over there. Go for it. Oh wow.
Yeah, congratulations to Jordan, man. That's super dope, man. Jordan is doing her thing up there.
Oh, that is fire.
In New York, man. That is awesome.
Congratulations.
Play with Ghostface Killing, Big Daddy Kane,
Carnegie
Hall, man. That's super dope, man.
Yeah, congratulations with that, Frank.
I'm glad your daughter's gonna be coming home soon too, man. Glad to hear that news as well. Everybody been asking me when Frank is his daughter coming home. They finally got a date. She'll be home soon.
Good deal. Hey Frank, make sure you know them Tar Heels, boy. We undefeated in the World Series right now. I hope I don't jinx us, but we get there, never win it, but we there. Angelo, what you got this weekend, bro?
What's today? Tuesday. So Thursday, we have open mic. Friday is our show up there with New York, Detroit versus everybody. That's what it was. Detroit versus everybody. Got a couple of Detroit comedians performing. Saturday we're doing our pre-Father's Day comedy show, blues and comedy show. Got a blues artist coming out. Got Larry from the Country Wayne skits, Duchess Country Wayne skits, and it'll be a dope show. Nice blues and comedy tour, man. We've had 2 to 3 of them so far, man. They've all been very, very successful, very good turnouts, very good performances. So then Sunday on Father's Day, we'll be at Traditions for our clean comedy show, and that's how the week wraps up. And we'll crank it up again.
Good deal. Hey, everybody out there, and all you pappies, all you daddies out there, happy Father's Day, happy early Father's Day wishes to you guys, because don't nobody really, don't really fuck with us too tough. Happy Father's Day to you gents also. You know what I'm saying? So
to you as well.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Appreciate
everybody
that.
in the room. Happy Father's Day.
Dang.
Appreciate that. I ain't got nothing big going on right now, man. Shoot, I'm working a regular job right now, so other stuff's kind of limited right now. But as I said,
word on Robert?
Nah, man, we still. Old girl hit me up. She asked me if I'd heard anything. I'm like, man, you closer to them than me. I ain't heard
she
nothing
ain't been on
yet,
there in a while. She been in like 1 or 2 episodes, and then you don't see her no more.
Yeah, because like I said, when the daylight, we had them shorter days because both me and her work jobs. It was hard to do something. So supposedly now that the daylights are longer, they was getting us prepped. Then all of a sudden, the text message stopped coming in. So we'll see what happened with it. I need that too. Well, that was some nice little checks. But them checks was nice. But I mean, little to no work really. Sometimes I go in there, bro. We'd do 3 minutes. We done. He'd be like, Robert, you rapped. Say no more. I'm gonna hang around though because the cast is always nice.
Gotta tell me your house is available, boy. They pay you for house usage every day.
Yeah, man. I told them, I said, bro, y'all can use. I told them they could use my house. You just have to use the basement. Yeah, you ain't going all around my house.
Yeah.
You use the basement though, but you ain't going all around my house. But the basement wide open, they can come in there. Shoot, we can do that. But you know what? I might have to reach back out and mention that. It's a good call right there. It's a great call. So that's gonna do it, man. We will be back next. Hey, man, let's what's the date next week?
I don't know what the day is. So don't ask me.
25. Yeah, we should smoke the pipes next week.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, smoke the pipes. I actually, because I thought I was gonna do it today, but I see you was rushing, so you didn't have yours. All right, yeah, we're gonna smoke the pipes next week.
I can't breathe.
It won't be as
Might
bad.
be much better than a cigar.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy that.
It smells better.
Yep.
Smells a hell lot better.
Happy Father's Day to all the KK daddies and our beloved father, Mr. Joseph William Candyman Braces Sr. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Nice, gonna try
And
and
again,
reach
like
out
they
to
say,
me.
Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Appreciate y'all as always. Y'all been hitting them likes. I've been seeing y'all. Thank y'all very much. We appreciate it.
All right, so that'll do it, man. We will see y'all next week. Ask a Cop might be, might not be. Check us out.
Hopefully, come on in. Hopefully, he got the bug back.
See if he is. It was great having you though, bro. You
I
know,
enjoyed
your
it. I
insights
enjoyed
is
it, bro. It's always
dope.
nice
Your
to
insights is
Be
always
with y'all.
dope.
We got break bread.
For real. All right, so that's gonna do it, man. Classic Conversation with JT and Low,
And that's a cop.
and we out. You dig?
Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations.
Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low.
Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic
Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low.